trash to cash audio cast.
Audio
Carrie,
cast,
why do we have no video?
I think it's time to class up the joint a little bit. I feel the winds of change, as that old 80s band once sung. And it's time for us to have a little bit more serious. I consider this more of a eBay is going down the tube. Let's have a fireside chat. It's time to change. It's time to change, guys, or else it's all over for all of us reselling, I think.
To me, I just can't afford the bandwidth if Kevin's not going to be here.
So exactly. I mean, we could put the video on. We could put the video on, but I'm going to go to 120. Can I go to 120? I can go to 360.
Go the lowest resolution you can.
Let's go lowest resolution. Is this 360? This is pretty good for 360.
Dude,
I'm going to go to 1080. 1080. Look at this. Ooh, look at that. You can see
high definition.
You can see the tans. Look at that. Look at you, dude. You you got the sad Emmett Kelly clown in the background. Is this going to be our little set studio when I get there?
Listen, we're a little classier when Kevin's not here. You know that.
We're going to talk reselling because Kevin is always distracting with just the dumb stuff he says. He doesn't say anything that's helpful to anybody, and we're supposed to act like we don't notice.
But yeah, I have a matching chair here, Carrie, for you, right next to me, and we could hold hands while we do the podcast.
Well, we will.
So I'm excited because
I want. Well, yeah, it'll be an energy exchange.
I told you to dress fancy. You are not dressed fancy.
Dude, you're just wearing a t-shirt. What are you talking about?
That's not. It's a sweater. Dude, my environment is fancy. You were supposed to bring the fancy dress. Where's your top hat? Where's your monocle?
I have Spider-Man about ready to go to the strip club with the Inaman and the NC Piggy. And I got a American Arbitrage bandana that we cut up from the only shirt I had left. So.
All right. Well, you know what? We're going to bring it down a notch to our level for a second because there's a brand new Mountain Dew that has been released, Carrie. Have you heard of this? Have you seen this? It is called Mountain Dew Zero Voodoo Mystery Flavor.
Ooh.
Mystery flavor Mountain Dew Zero Voodoo. And I'm going to try it. I bought this like 4 hours ago. Do you know how hard it's been for me to not consume this for 4 hours?
Should I go get my mini Zero Oreo Coca-Cola that I've been drinking?
Yeah.
They're actually not bad. Let me get it.
it.
Okay, I'll be right back.
I can't find them in my area. Let's fill in the people while he does this. They have a new collab between Mountain Dew and Oreos, and you can get Mountain Dew flavored Oreos and Oreo flavored Mountain Dews. And I haven't gotten either yet. I have been, heavy on the hunt for the beverage. Wait, no, I said that wrong. It's Coke Zero, not Mountain Dew. I said the whole thing wrong. Carrie's not here to check me. But yeah, you can either get Coke Zero flavored Oreos or Oreo flavored Coke Zeros. That actually sounds a little better, to be honest with you, because I don't think the Mountain Dew Coke Zero or Oreo thing would. Anyways, so Carrie has that. So we're both gonna try some beverages. I'm excited. Let's give it a sniff test. The Mountain Dew Zero. If you tried, guys, Kevin's not here tonight, so it's just gonna be a chill episode. Most of you have tuned out by now, so we can really enjoy ourselves. Carrie?
I've had these, so this is not a blind reveal.
Oh wow, this smells like vitamins.
Like Flintstone vitamins, which, dude, I would
kind of liquefied Flintstones vitamins.
Do they make adult Flintstone vitamins? I'd eat those like candy. I would be so strong.
This is like a Halloween edition. I'm gonna try it. It does have no calories, so I will lose weight.
It's basically like drinking water or eating celery.
Oh my.
Well, please do tell.
What is that? Okay, hold on.
Flavor?
I'm trying to think.
The hue?
It's cottage cheese.
Oh.
No, I don't know what that flavor is. That is bizarre. It's not good per se. It's not good.
Isn't that like the new fast food and like beverage thing is like have these one-off weird contraptions that people are going to do on podcasts or like YouTube videos and get free publicity, right? That's kind of what they're doing.
It tastes like, here's what it tastes like, Carrie. It tastes like I just brushed my teeth and then drank some Baja Blast. That's what it tastes like. Toothpaste and Baja Blast.
Not a good combination. Toothpaste and anything isn't a great combination in general.
So what is the Coke Zero
These
Oreo
these are like a 7 or 8 out of 10, honestly.
Oh, word?
Because I don't know if you know this. Like back in the old days when there were soda fountains and stuff, you used to go there, you'd listen to Elvis Presley and you'd try to pick up chicks or whatever you did back in the day. They would have cherry Coke, which everybody knows about. They do lime. They do even lemon back then. And they also had something called... They literally did. The soda shops had chocolate Coke. That was a thing. Like they would mix like a chocolate, some sort of, maybe not a syrup, but some sort of flavoring. And it was popular. I've had it before. This kind of tastes like a chocolate Coke if you've ever had that. It's not terrible. It's not It's like it's better than I mean I could see people getting into it if that makes sense. It's not like so terrible that you can never eat it.
Carrie, am I out of focus or in focus?
Yeah, I would just if you're out of focus, let's keep it that way. No, you look fine.
The problem is that this was all a fun idea to do this, but my computer is 12 feet away.
And you have an Emmett Kelly in the background.
And I've got to like squint, and I don't have my contacts in, so I actually don't know if my video. You'll have to let me know if I get out of focus.
It's going like it's kind of like pulsating between. I don't know if pulsating. It's going from like red your face to bright. It's like adjusting.
That's not good.
Not
by.
Terribly. You heard of the show The Boys?
I love how long Carrie was just talking to himself while I had the podcast.
Do you know who the boys are? Do you know the show The Boys?
Can you hear me, Carrie?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Did you know I had it paused that whole time?
Yes, I was talking and entertaining the people the whole time.
They weren't there.
Oh, it was
they
paused?
Weren't there. It was
I went in a whole discussion, man.
Oh, I know. I had my headphones in. I was really enjoying it. I was like, this is some good content.
Do you know what The Boys
I think
is?
You were talking. Yeah.
Do you know who this actor is?
I got a Dr.
Boys?
Pepper instead. Dude, 10 feet away. I can't see what you're holding up.
I got a gold one to 50 and an orange one to 25. So I like the party.
Oh.
His name is Ahmed Abtahi. Is that better?
Which is he one of the superheroes?
Well, he's in Star Wars. I bought it, but the guy who sold me this lot of Star Wars autos, which I have, I've already sold a few, but these are all Star Wars autographs, dude. All of them.
Where'd you get those?
At the card show in California.
Am I in focus now, Carrie? I did spend all that time trying to fix it.
It's definitely worse.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Great.
I'm just joking. I just wanted to see you crumble. You look fine, but I mean, but really, if it's out of focus, it's not a negative, is what I'm saying.
No, it's just I set it to manual focus, so.
No, it's focused. I can see it. I can see your face, your eyeballs. I can see the sad clown.
Can you see the pimples?
You do have a few, yeah. You gotta really. I use a lot of skincare routines, as you know, so you got to start getting into that.
Really? I've heard that the skincare routines will just make your skin worse.
You just got to let it go. I'm French. I'm like a quarter or half, maybe. I don't know. I'm very French, so I think I'll be okay.
This is a terrible episode so far, huh?
How is it a terrible episode? You left for 20 minutes.
I know. I feel like
it's just me and you, and we're going to actually... if you watched the secret episode, the 20 of you who watched it, it was a very serious business episode last episode.
Yeah, guys, if you want like 14 additional episodes like that, just subscribe to our Patreon because you will get access to the 14 secret
membership
episodes,
or whatever,
which are mostly this nonsense right here.
Yeah.
Elijah, can you tell me if I'm in focus. Look at Elijah's in here now. Say hi to Carrie.
Hi, Eli.
He can't see you, though. Just look in that camera. Does it look like I'm in focus, or is it the mic that's in focus? You can look on the screen behind you if it's hard
Honestly,
to tell.
It looks like your mic is out of focus and you're in focus. I'm being serious.
Oh, perfect. Carrie couldn't give me an accurate representation.
Well, I just wanted to make you squirm.
Thank you, Elijah. Cheers.
I just wanted to make you just...
Well,
it throws you off and it adds... it adds an energy to the podcast where you're a little unsure.
Where I'm a little uncomfortable, a little unsure,
Yeah, that's sometimes... We want that, like, is Dave about to have a poo meltdown at any moment? We want that edge to the show.
There's always the chance of that, but I've had, like, a really nice set of bowel movements today, so I think we're... Oh, wait, this is not the secret episode.
No,
listen,
it's a regular
Kevin's not
episode,
here.
but...
Kevin had some family thing come up, family emergency. Everyone's fine, but it's family emergency. He can't come, so... You know what? Anyone who's still here, you're the MVP. This will be a strong 10 out of 10. Like, aggressive, poor performer.
We had one that did really well when it was just me and you, though. That's one of our best episodes ever.
Yeah, the poo train incident. And so, that's why I set up my fancy spot.
We should just double down. We have to double down on just being goofballs. We can't be serious. Nobody wants a serious podcast from us about reselling and how to do numbers with widgets. Nobody wants that
They
from
do
us.
want Mountain Dew reviews, and I cannot believe... So I got so excited because I haven't been able to find that Coke Oreo mashup, right? I've been looking at every store I go to, every gas station. Where did you get yours, by the way? Gas
Limited
station
edition.
or store?
You just got to be in Vegas. You got to pay the right guy behind the counter at a gas station, and then you'll get some. I found it at Walmart,
I couldn't find it. It's either sold out at all the Walmarts near me. I looked.
Well, yeah, Florida. This is a Florida thing. In Vegas, it's being shunned because Gordon Ramsay's name is not attached to it. It doesn't have UFC on it.
I'm going to predict the future. That's going to be a Bolo in 6 months. Like, for real.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely,
Probably.
It's going to be a Bolo because people are going to get hooked on it. And
How
then
long
do
they
stop
last?
Producing it. A couple of years. I mean, they won't say a couple years. They'll say a couple months, but people will drink them for a couple years. I know people that just resell the old sodas, the Mountain Dew flavors, things like that. There is a group of people that just do that. But yeah, I want one. Carrie, can you mail me a case, you know?
Yeah, I can mail you some, yeah.
If you guys have like unlimited supply, I'll pay you for it. Just send me a case of any viewers in the Florida area even. My P.O. box is in somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll go look next time. I mean, I was there today, but I wasn't thinking. If I find some more, I'll pick them up and we'll ship them. And don't worry, I'll ship it, so they'll arrive just exploded all over the place.
In pieces. You'll pre-open them.
Exactly.
I pre-opened them because it was easier to pack that way.
I just tape one can on the outside and just put the label on the can on the outside. No padding.
Yeah, so listen, man. I think that this is going to be a cool setup. I've got another chair exactly like this right there. So the future podcast
we're going to look so
is going to be me and Carrie, all types of bougie, and Kevin is going to be on his garbage freaking Dorito.
I think we grow our mustaches out so we can curl them
do
just
the
a
little twist. Yeah,
just
that's a
little
good
twist,
idea.
just for the podcast. The podcast twist. I think that would add an air of. I feel like we need to be more erudite. Is that the word? We need a little bit more pompousness.
I don't know.
People know.
But
people know.
The people know. When did we do our last secret episode? Friday. So we haven't talked in 40 hours at least.
40
so we've got a lot
to
catch up on.
I know. I called you 17 times straight to voicemail every time. Sometimes you would just you would answer and you'd laugh and you'd hang up.
That is actually
like almost like
true.
a game. Almost like a game of cat and mouse.
Well, I did actually manage to go yard sailing yesterday, Carrie.
Yeah. How'd it go?
Remember I told you I probably wouldn't get to because I had to take Callie to art class. But I realized as I'm sitting in the parking lot outside of art class, which goes for an hour, that I probably could go to some yard sales since it's 10 a.m. on a Saturday. And I did, and I actually went to an estate sale that was very cool. I didn't get like a ton of like bangers, as the kids would say. Bangers and mash.
The kids would say that. Bangers and mash.
I would also say it, but that's
potatoes.
me trying to be cool and failing. So there's that.
No, here's the thing about being cool is as long as you announce that it's cool, it is. You just let people know this is about to be really cool. Prepare. And preparation.
And that's how they'll know it's cool. Yeah.
You just got to put the lotion on the skin and then you're good
on
to
the
go.
ocean. Well, anyways, I ended up spending an hour at an estate sale, which was pretty odd. But it was a private sale and it was huge. They had so much stuff. It turns out it was week 3. I can't even imagine what week 1 and week 2 looked like because the amount of stuff that was there on week 3. It was just insane. But I was mostly an MCM daddy. I got these chairs there. Paid big money, Carrie. What do you think these cost? This one I'm sitting in.
You did tell me. So I think it was 25 for the pair or 15 or something. Like it wasn't much.
Yeah, see, he doesn't even know, guys. This chair, I said, how much was this chair? This chair was $5.
Oh, and how much was the other one?
$10.
So 15 for the pair. Why were they different prices? Is mine nicer, or are you sitting?
Yeah, yours is yours is bougie. Mine is cat scratches on it and stuff. So
you just got to get like some marker to fix that.
Well, no, I was gonna get it. I was gonna not get it because of the damage, but then I was like, it's so like on theme for Trash to Cash to try to be bougie and fail and just have garbage that they're pretending is nice, and it's really just crap, fake leather nonsense. Because he had real leather ones there. But they were 10 apiece, and I was like, meh, that's 20 total. I will pass.
We're going to take some of your trash, and we are going to try desperately to turn it into cash and fail and just sit on it. That's what happens with most of my death piles. Yeah, you just get enough stuff where you can sit comfortably on top of it, and you're good to go. I'm sitting on several different VCR DVD combos right now.
They make great chairs.
Except for and then I just added this chair part to it.
I was thinking about DVD VCR combos because I still have like 12 left. And it's really interesting because I did that storage unit private pick and bought a ton of them, right? A lot of them were broken, but I ended up with probably 25 or so that were good to go, like Carrie. And I've sold more than half probably, and I kind of officially hate them now. So I think that's like really good. It trained me to hate them.
Here's what they don't talk about with DCR
video combos.
Yeah, DVDs, VCR combos. What they don't tell you about it is you buy them and it's all cool, but then there's a big shame in admitting that you bought them and that you're selling them. There's they don't talk about just the regret and how you feel like a poser.
The shipping is the
and
problem.
All the work that's attached and the fact that stuff breaks and the fact that nobody enjoys who wants to sell that. I don't care. If it's worth $5 million, okay, if it's worth $5 million, I'll sell it. $4 million.
Well, yeah,
hard pass.
but you hear Caitlyn got punched in the face or something.
I heard something about that. Yeah,
there was like a big fight. You think that would have made your card go higher? Who won the fight? I guess is the question. I don't know. I didn't watch.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I'm already cashed out, man. I'm ready to just go to Florida, dude. Dude, Caitlyn, thank you for your service up until that point, and then I wish her well. I kind of have to be a fan now because she made me a lot of money. So, and I mean, everybody's interested in WNBA. I was watching a video on YouTube yesterday about what happened to the last 20 number 1 overall picks. So the first women drafted in each draft, and I never would have cared about that probably before. Now I'm interested. So.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's time. It's been a couple of years, but it's finally having its time in the sun.
Yeah.
I actually was looking at Jacksonville Jaguar tickets, as you saw.
Dude, I know.
Sent you. They're like $20, bro.
Dude, I can't wait.
It's crazy.
Dude, dude, the Jags are going to be so fun because like historically they struggle. They're actually decent some years, but like I think they're going to be I think you'll enjoy it because the people there are like diehards and it's going to be like a fun environment. They got good young players too. That like
are they,
so they
in
could
the
have
same division as the Bills?
No.
Okay.
They're different conference, different division.
See, I knew stuff.
No, same conference. So they're in the AFC South, I believe, is what it is.
And the Bills are AFC East?
And AFC North, because they're
AFC West.
About as far north as you can go.
But I thought the Dolphins were in AFC North.
Oh, they are.
Because
You're right.
Bills
I don't know
play
why.
the
Yeah,
Dolphins
you're right.
all the time.
No,
Dude,
you're
I'm
right.
Such
you're
a
right.
Sports daddy.
You are right, though. You are right. That doesn't make any logical sense. That's a very good point. Let me see exactly. I'll tell you like who's in the division for the Jaguars.
Dexter's from Miami. Have you seen the show Dexter, the documentary?
Well, Dexter, first off, is not a real person, Dave.
No, he's a real person, and I don't.
No,
like
this is
the
good
way
news.
The
Jaguars are 0-2, so the tickets
What's
are going to
that
get even
mean?
cheaper.
Does that mean they lost
2 games?
So the full season's on. It's not just pregame stuff.
No, it's the regular season. They lost to the
to?
Cleveland Browns, which would be like the second worst
Oh, I
team
watched
in the league,
that show. I watched that show. Family Guy creator. My name is Cleveland Brown, and I am proud to be. Yeah,
this is the football team, though. This is a football team.
Gotcha. I thought he was playing against an animated character.
There we go. Yeah. So let's see. Like, I don't even know what division they're in. They're in the AFC. Or where are they? We're gonna find this out right here.
They're in the Cleveland Brown division.
Yeah, AFC East is the Bills, the Patriots, the Jets. So we're talking Northeast and just Miami for no reason. You're right. And then,
why is that, guys? Sports talk.
That makes no sense. So AFC South is the Jacksonville Jaguars. They're with the Houston Texans. That kind of makes sense.
The Buccaneers.
Tennessee Titans. So Nashville, and then Indianapolis Colts in the South.
Colts. So I might go to the Colts game in October. Just, I got to learn how the ropes work before you come. I'm gonna get prepped. I'm gonna maybe hit up
Indianapolis.
No, they're gonna be in Jacksonville, but they're gonna be playing the Colts.
Dude,
and
do it.
I was looking at those tickets in early October. I think they're $28.
I am telling you, I will buy you this. But if we don't go in matching Blake Bortles jerseys, it's a complete waste.
I am all for you buying me stuff.
I will buy you a Blake Bortles jersey.
That's the main reason I want you to move here, because I feel like you're going to be real bad with this money, and I'm gonna reap the benefits.
Dude, it's
Dave. I bought you a go-kart. All right.
I feel I'm not blank check.
We got matching go-karts.
First off, Blake Bortles isn't on the team, so I can find these on eBay for $20-$30.
I go to Carrie's new house, and it's got like a water slide from the top floor.
People are also unaware that just because I made this money doesn't mean the other money I earn is just going to stop coming in.
But it does.
I also have
work
regular
that way
money
for me, Carrie, because eBay, I'm still making nothing. Like just nothing. Like it's just
you're all in on cottage cheese right now.
No, I'm not. I haven't even made a cooking video in 2 weeks. I mean, I'm releasing some, but I haven't recorded one in like.
You did like an ice cream one. It didn't look like it was doing well, from what I could tell.
No, all my videos are sucking right now. They're only getting 20,000 views, which isn't really sucking, but it feels like it sucks because they were doing good. It's really kind of evil the way YouTube does.
You're kind of In
like reality, they're doing amazing.
You got Harry Tornado problems where you know how like he'll message us. Like with voice messages on Instagram.
Yeah, he's like, I only earned 400,000.
Like it'd just be like moaning for 20 minutes. Allegedly. And then like he'll finally go, allegedly, of course, that's implied, the allegedness.
The alleged is always on this podcast. Everything we are saying is covered under the allegedly clause of lawsuits, whatever that may be.
Yes. Yeah, everything's
things
alleged.
We're making up.
We do not stand behind anything we're saying, and it's all hearsay.
I really like those podcasts that just like tell stories that they find on the internet. Like talk about a low effort podcast. Like they'll just like read off a story on Reddit about some guy's wife cheating on him. And I'm there for it. I'm like, yeah, let's hear what happened. What'd she do?
We should do a story. We should both tell a story about reselling. Just like something. Yeah,
but there's no good juicy story. I mean, I think What the Hales has some adventures going on. I don't know. Someone's getting sued and
did you ever hear the story about how I almost got in a fight with a guy over a furnace at our store back in the day?
Listen, even if I did, I probably didn't listen. So let's hear it again.
So back in the day, we had our shop. You guys may remember that. I was doing YouTube at the time, and we were doing a garage sale outside of the store on a Saturday. And Dawn would get these, the old school little heaters from like the 50s, 60s.
Like this one here?
Like portable heaters, yeah. And she wouldn't check to see if they worked because she would put a piece of wood on top of them.
Like this?
No, not like that. I gotta figure out what it's called. It's like a stove or something.
Okay.
I can ask Dawn. It's not like that though. It's like you would actually put coal in it or something. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But Dawn didn't check to see if it would work because what she would do
like a potbelly stove.
Yeah, kind of like a potbelly stove. Basically, yeah. She would put a round piece of wood, and turn them into stools. They kind of look industrial, and they were cool.
I create stools daily.
Yeah, me too. Mine are never solid though.
But always
are they
bloody.
Supposed to be liquid?
Always bloody.
Yeah, always bloody.
Go on.
That would be good merch. That would be good merch right there. Always bloody.
Always bloody.
Always bloody. But anyway, so we had one of these out. Dawn hadn't gotten around to it. She bought it for like $5 at a yard sale. She hadn't turned it into a seat or a stool yet. So this guy, he was a local picker dude, like that we knew. There's actually a video I put out on TikTok that was a repost. Like today, I think it was, and he was in it because he was complaining.
Seems lazy, but okay.
Yeah, no, well, yeah, that whole channel right now is very lazy.
Very lazy, just a cash grab.
But anyway, if you want to know who the guy is, he's that guy that was just in a recent TikTok on Sunday.
On Sunday, September 20th, 15th,
yeah.
12th.
But anyway, he came by, he looked at it, and he's like, does this work? And I'm like, we don't know, man. We weren't really worrying about whether it worked or not because we were going to repurpose it. And he's like, oh, you're one of those guys or whatever. Like, you're one of those people who ruin old pieces or whatever.
Which
and then,
he was right.
Yeah, but like,
to be fair,
but it doesn't matter. Like, as long as these things are getting second life, whether you're using them for their original purposes or you're repurposing them. I mean, there's plenty of those that just go into the freaking dump.
Did you ever play Second Life?
I didn't, honestly. You're having a hard time, aren't you? Like,
no, you're doing great. Keep going.
I'm not doing good with that. Maybe I need to work on my stories.
Yeah,
but anyway, he was walking off. He was really snooty about it. He said like, I wouldn't, I'm like, we wouldn't want to sell it to you anyway, something like that. And he's like, oh really? Like he was about to get in a fight and I called Dawn up. Like I literally said, let's go, like something like that, which I'd never even really been in.
Carrie's like, fine, let's go. Dawn, fight him.
No, I called Dawn after that, and Dawn was 5 minutes away. She might have been getting something from the store. I don't know, because I was, and she wanted to fight. Like,
I can
she was
see her
down.
now grabbing her pipe wrench.
The guy,
like, come on, let's go.
The guy had already left at that point. We didn't have a fight, but like, dang, Dawn was ready to throw down more so than me. Like, I'm waiting for that time where like I like say something like that, which has happened a couple times in my life, and the person really is down. Like,
but you're far too much of a dewdropper to actually follow through with the fight, No,
but like, here's the problem with a fight. They're not always mutual physically. So like, I could say like, okay, bring it on, dude. And then he's like, all right. And he's serious, like takes his shirt off. You know those dudes?
Yeah.
Kevin gets like kerosene oil out of his van and starts lathering himself up, and he's ready to go. And then at that point, what do? Because I don't know how to fight at all. No. I have no clue.
When Kevin takes off his shirt?
It's close to the stomach and flapping, right?
Yes. Yeah,
That's how you do it.
But when Kevin takes off his shirt, Carrie, for a fight, he's got a bull head tattoo with big horns on his chest muscles, and he oils it all up.
I know.
When he comes to fight you, it's crazy.
The horns are just sagging like a mofo
because he's getting old. The bull, you get the horns, and then he just charges. Yeah. But...
Just the swinging and all 40 nipples plus.
Remember
3.
today when he pretended he was only 47? That was a funny joke he made on our text group.
Pretty funny.
He's just backwardsing his age, just flipping it around.
74. I know how to do that.
Yeah, you did it.
My age backwards is 4.
Oh. 4, because
yours is 93, so your age backwards is going to be just very shortly
12
much lower.
More days until
12
I'm
more days.
40, which is more than half dead. It's more than half dead, bro. I mean, I'm not eating good. It is not looking good. I don't know if I'm coming out of this eating binge that I'm in right now. I'm deep into it. I'm deep into it.
This might be a lifelong commitment I'm making.
The end. I might be done dieting forever. I think I need to just embrace obesity, lisinopril, and whatever statins are. I need to get on them. I just got to dive into this thing. What is this Ozepic? I need to get some of that in my butt cheeks. I don't know.
Just get the shot right now.
I'm just going in.
It is
heads first.
It is tough because by the time you're 40, the normal humans failed 50 diets at that point. So it's kind of tough. Like you kind of start to lose belief in yourself.
Yeah,
I'm always like, we went to like this buffet thing today, but I like going to buffets because I can get salad. So I got like a big salad with beets and olives and stuff. And then I just get a little bit of the bad stuff and I feel a little bit better. And
what is the bad stuff to you though?
Like I tried there was pizza there. I wouldn't touch that.
I made deep fried pizza dough today. Go on.
Oh,
what else was bad?
Well, I ate it earlier today. I love corned beef hash, and that is terrible for you. But I had literally maybe like that much of it, just very little, just to try it.
A little scotch.
I had a little bit.
Should
of
I make you some
potatoes.
of that when you move here? I could do a keto one.
Yeah, if we could do keto one, yeah.
Isn't already?
I love
keto?
Corned beef hash. Yeah, it is keto though. Yeah, well, it's got potatoes in it. Typically, the hash.
What if instead of potatoes, I put cottage cheese?
I don't even know if I like cottage cheese. Like I've told you, I don't know if I've eaten it.
I don't know if I like it either, honestly. I like it in stuff, but I don't think I like it straight up. I like it in a recipe.
It's one of those things I've had many times in recipes, but like straight up with like a spoon, I don't think I've had it.
No.
So,
I wanted to read this question while Kevin was here that Rod wrote over on the Patreon, Picking and Punching guys. Check him out on OF.
Just text it to him.
It says, when you first started this podcast, Kevin was the most popular YouTuber on it and made the most money reselling. Fast forward to today, Carrie now makes the most money reselling, and the Cooking Daddy is the most popular YouTuber on the podcast. When do you plan on dropping the dead weight and replacing Kevin? Well, here we are. Here we are, folks.
This is what we call a soft opening.
Soft opening to the end of Commonwealth Picker.
A soft launch. We're going to see how you guys take this. We're going to, of course, disguise it, put the guise of the Kevin's just not here today. But we want to see how, if you're 27 minutes in, I think you're sold on the idea.
No,
you're already cool with Kevin being gone.
We're doing it reverse, though. If you don't watch, it means we need to get rid of Kevin. So you better watch and tell your friends to watch if you like Kevin. See, it's reverse psychology, Carrie. This is, deep therapy type stuff.
Wait, we haven't discussed this. Do we want Kevin on the podcast?
I do.
Or are we going to fake?
Sometimes, yes. He's pretty good on the podcast. I have one problem with Kevin, and the best time to talk about what you don't like about someone is when they're not around.
Is when they're not there. Yeah, he's not going to watch this either.
That's really the key. I don't like his video quality and audio quality. I don't. I don't like it. It's something I don't like about Kevin. And Kevin, I hope you never find out, but it's the truth. I'm sorry. Will you forgive me?
I think Kevin he's very good at forgiveness. Kevin is a forgiver.
Yeah. You know what they say about forgiving?
You best be doing it.
Sure.
I have no idea what they say about it.
Let's go with that. Carrie, has there been any progress, for the wide audience on the move? Are you have you locked in a place? Have you talked any further to like the rental people? I know you're talking to some rental people, or have you not really heard much since our secret episode?
Well, it's the weekend, so
working for the weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, so they told me basically they would get back to me, the place that was literally right next door to your mom. We'd hear back from them Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
And then we're gonna
they're just taking Monday off because why not? Freaking lazy Florida people.
She said by Tuesday. I think she's out of town, is what she said.
Okay.
So I think Tuesday I'll hear for sure, and then send in the applications, all that stuff, and then if that progresses, I'm gonna have to use you as a conduit.
Yeah, no.
Since you are my appendage that is there that can look.
Your lower appendage. Listen, and I want to be the one who knows the address so I can make sure each bathtub has a methodial in it before you get there. Just ready and waiting for you.
Wait. So is this to detect if I'm taking meth, or is that like a dispensary?
No. It's a crocodile on meth.
Oh, a methodial. So I thought you meant like a.
We're mething the crocodiles at this point. Yeah, it's just straight going to be on meth.
The thing about a meth crocodile is I don't feel like they're going to be worried about eating. They're
What about
going
a
to be worried about
methigator? What
getting.
about a methigator?
Yeah, I think they're just going to keep asking me to go get them meth. I don't think they're going to be attacking me.
They're just like, bro, can I just get a little meth?
He just like spent all that energy learning how to speak. He spent all that extra meth energy learning how to speak with the human tongue.
He's just looking at the crocodile. He's like, why is your nose so long, dude? And then the alligator's like, yeah, seriously.
We would.
The methigator.
As you know, we would definitely, we would have to. Alligators.
We could cut the nose off.
They have an attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Yeah. The crocodile nose can get cut off. They're just too long. Their noses are just too long.
What's the purpose? Is that like to sense, like because they can't see very well?
It's actually what they mate with. It's
that?
a mating thing. Yeah, they
so
put
it's
it
like
inside.
It's an alligator. It's an alligator penis.
No, it's a crocodile because it's not an alligator. It's a crocodile, and we don't.
I don't
say
know
that,
the
listen,
difference.
Kids, listen. It's called a pee-pee. Okay, it's a crocodile pee-pee.
Dude, if kids are listening at this point, the parents have made bad decisions. Stop it. Stop it.
Oh, great. We lost like 50 viewers.
We are NC 39. You have to be 39 or over. If you're under 39, you may hear stuff you don't want to hear.
Yeah, like methodiles and.
Exactly. If you don't want one of mine or Dave's nips to randomly appear on the screen at any given time, and you might not want to be watching the video portion of this podcast.
So we're going to see on Tuesday about the Carrie move to Florida. Yeah, I think
for that first home, and then we're going to have a couple weeks to really look around.
I was thinking, this lady, I don't know if she's your best bet. I think you should call some other people, because the fact that she was kind of hiding that house from you, and that is the best neighborhood she has available, little sus. She was like, oh, he's an out-of-towner. I'm going to push the double L section on him, which no one wants to live in the double Ls.
No, well, here's the thing. She said that one's not ready yet. They're still putting stuff in it. Like, they haven't even put the appliances in it. It's not even for rent yet, is what she said.
Well,
she just
you get
put
my
that
point.
Sign there.
You should find out what else isn't ready yet and see if there's anything not ready in the B section. Just saying.
I need to, we're going to ask around. I had somebody else message back. I'll probably message them tomorrow. And from the other sign, the other one that you sent me, they sent a text message.
Listen,
so.
I think this is interesting, an interesting data point. Carrie is a big baller right now with his Caitlin Clark. And he's also the kind of guy who says, I'll just pay for the whole year. I'll pay for 2 years of rent, whatever. Apparently, you're not supposed to say that. She told you that, right?
Apparently.
That's like a warning sign. She said you shouldn't say that to landlords because it's like sketchy, especially in like a methadile-infected kind of town,
Yeah, where you're from is, dude, the amount of vagrant, just rampant crocodile and alligators just roaming the streets of Palm Coast.
We saw one the other day.
Seriously.
Yeah.
You have to, like, when you're walking into Publix, you can't even get a sub anymore, a pub sub, without worrying if
well, they've got gator in them
snatched.
now. When I went out camping
really?
with Mike, he was like making me eat gator bites like every time. I tried gator, and it tasted weird, Carrie. Everyone says it tastes like chicken. That's just a lie.
Like my thing with Mike, I wouldn't eat anything he gave you. Like anything
Would
that
you
came
eat
from
gator?
him. I've ate gator before.
Did you think it tasted like chicken?
It tasted kind of like dirty sausage. Like it
Yeah, it
tasted
did not
like
taste
what they
like
ate,
chicken
which
to
was
me.
kind of like, because you know how like food will taste like whatever the animal eats.
Yeah.
Reptile eats. So
so you know how like people say lamb is gamey, and it's got kind of that. I don't know. I don't like lamb,
any food that's gamey.
Or
in
deer.
general.
It's a little gamey. I guess you could say alligator tastes like chicken that's gamey, which you've never had a gamey chicken, but that's more like what it is. It's like a little off taste at the end where you're like, well, I wish I had real chicken. Just like when you eat the lamb, you're like, oh, I wish this was beef, but here it is, and here I am, so I guess I'm going to eat lamb because whatever. It's all I've got, and this is the life I now live. It's like when Carrie eats humans as a cannibal. Let's talk about that.
Cannibalism. It's the new vegetarianism.
So Tina comes home tonight, Carrie. And what's cool is there's only like minor drama that has arisen while she was gone. So I get to deal with that.
Oh, family stuff?
Yeah, well, not even family, just friends, drama, kids' birthday parties, parents getting offended on behalf of children. You know how it is. Actually, you don't. As someone who's never had to have kids,
I've never had.
You've never dealt with like the parents who get offended on behalf of.
I've never dealt. I may have some kids, but I've never dealt with any.
Yeah, you've never cared for said kids. You just have them. They're just out there in the ether.
I was
on the toilet seats everywhere. Hey, listen, Bodega Finds. Listen, Bodega Finds is one of the newer members to the Patreon. And, Carrie, we need to thank all our Wealthy as a Kevin tier members.
I love Bodega Finds.
Bodega Finds said...
You can get a lot of deals.
If you guys had to create a Trash to Cash cologne fragrance, what would it smell like, and what would you name it? Bonus points if it captures the essence of reselling.
I would go like an old grandma's mothball infested sweater with a little bit of aqua velva.
I went to this yard sale this weekend that just stunk of mothballs, and it was horrible. So yeah, I think that would be pretty good. Mothballs would be pretty good.
I would immediately think of picking though if that happened, you know.
Yeah, mothballs. What else though? Cat pee. Cat pee. I think my fragrance would be cat pee. Yeah. I think that'd be nice. Cat
pee would. Yeah, you know you're at an estate sale when you just get that strong aroma of. There was probably 8 to 73 cats at one point in this house.
This is cat scratched. This is cat scratched. So it's possible I'm sitting in cat pee right now. I wouldn't know. How would I know? How would I even know?
You wouldn't.
I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know. You. The thing about cat pee is you become one with the cat pee, and it becomes one with you.
I didn't even wash it. Let's be honest. I mean, I did wash it a little, but I didn't wash it a lot.
I'm probably going to wash mine now that you've said this. I'm going to spray it down.
Lysol it up a little bit?
I'll probably Lysol. I would prefer not to have just...
No, here's what I did.
Virulent odors on it.
I took a vacuum, a shop vac, and I shop vac the whole thing. Then I took a wet rag, and I wet ragged the whole thing. And then I took Lysol wipes, and I Lysol wiped the whole thing. Then I went back with the wet rag, and then I went back with a dry rag. And then I vacuumed one more time just in the cracks that I hadn't gotten some out. And that's how clean it is. That is how clean it is.
And then you realized I have to emergency poo and you didn't make it and you just went right there.
Dude, I hate emergency poos. They're exhausting. And it's the worst when like they're on their way and like you just don't know if you're going to make it up to the stairs. Did I tell you that my brother got recognized at the bathroom of a gas station? Did I tell you that? Did I say this last week?
As a plumber pipe fitter, though, that's fitting.
No, fitting is also a plumber pipe fitter word. So look at you.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
that's a double entendre, not at all. No, we were on our way to the flea market, stopped at a gas station probably 5 minutes from the flea market, and I'm urinating in the ladies' room because the men's room was locked and I really had to pee really bad. It was only a one staller, right? So like at those points, they could be for anyone. You know, it was like a one single room.
Look, if it's a one staller and you close the door and you lock the door, what difference does it make at that point?
When your bladder's about to explode, sometimes you just gotta take care of business, right? You know.
Yeah, sometimes.
But anyways, I'm in the ladies' bathroom and I hear outside someone say, "Yo, Chad." And Chad, of course, my brother, who was out there waiting for a bathroom, is like, "Oh, hey." And who are you? And he's like, "Hey, aren't you Dave's brother?" Like just in the gas station outside, and Chad's like, "Yeah, I am Dave's brother. He's in there," and he points at the ladies' room. And I'm just like, I guess I'm not going to come out right away.
That's why
give it a couple minutes and then come out.
Yeah. If you go to the urinals or whatever, you're going to get bombarded with fans. That's the problem. Mm-hmm. You can't have little Jimmy Johnson out with people trying to get your autograph at the same time.
Yeah, well, I'm not very accurate, so then I end up peeing all over the place. It's no good. It's no good.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, that was pretty funny. Chad got recognized, and I got recognized at a gas station too that same day. So it was really weird. It was a gas station-y kind of day.
I got recognized in a bathroom too at a card show.
Really?
Which is a weird spot to
while
be.
You were pooping?
No, but I was leaving a stall where I was not proud of what I had done.
Oh, so the person went into the stall after you and saw your crimes?
No, I don't know. There was enough stalls and I had been out. Like there might have been. He might not have known which stall was mine.
He smelled it. Like
it was.
When you looked at him, were you like, "Yo, did you power move him?" Like, "Hey, do you smell that?" That was me.
No, that would have been a power move. My thing was like, look, it wasn't Bob Ross like little clouds and trees.
Happy little poos.
It was very Jackson Pollock. It was a very impressionist piece of artwork.
I got a mental image of it. Mine's more of a Picasso because I actually put my hands in it and rub it around. But that's
you were like, I want to turn this into something.
It's the screaming lady or the screaming man, whatever that picture is.
Oh, the Munch, or what is it, Edward Munch?
Starry Night. I've made Starry Night with my poo several times. Mm-hmm.
Paint your palette blue and white?
Yeah, so I Love Vintage wrote over on our Patreon, and they said, "Do you use any bulk listing tools on eBay other than cross-posting? I used to use TurboLister years ago." Otherwise, what is a decent amount to post daily if you're full-time and not tech and sports? Do resellers without YouTube or additional income sources really exist?
Well, I mean, they do exist.
They do exist.
Because we were both those people at some
I would
point.
say, like, the key to being a successful full-time reseller who only does reselling is keep your costs low, right? If you keep your costs low, you can literally do anything in this world. You can be a professional book talker if you want to, right? Like, if your costs are low enough, if you buy a very cheap place, cheap
I could pontificate on this for hours.
Pontificate away.
The biggest mistake you can make as a newer or even intermediate reseller is to get overhead. Overhead is a killer. That's what I did almost immediately.
Yeah.
I got, like, as soon as I could, I got a place.
Most conversations are over my head, so I get it.
Yeah, because you're so short and tiny and spry and
unintelligent.
I mean? Yeah, dumb.
Dumb as can be. Well, you bought a store that was what, $3,000 a month, just to keep the store open.
So, like, that's the thing. Like, even if you're selling stuff, it's hard, like, because you still have all your regular bills as well on top of the store. So it's insane. Like, really, you want to keep your costs as low as possible. Don't get a storage unit unless you absolutely need one. Make room. Put shelves in your bedroom if you got. Do stuff to make it work before you have to do that. Because when I met Dawn, I had a 3,000 square foot store. I had a 10 by 40, a 10 by 20, a 10 by 10 or 15. I had 3 storage units, and let me tell you, not very organized and a waste of money, because it was just like, you end up, when you have space, and this is what I learned as a reseller, you fill it, but you're a reseller, so you, like, go to the next high, right? You're like, that's not my interesting stuff anymore because I bought it 2 days ago.
Sucks. That $1,000 item is garbage.
Like, that's why I went really from that, having that much space and that much just massive amount of depressing amount of stuff that I just hadn't gotten to where, like, now I'm trying to move it all on Whatnot, doing these anytime auctions. I'm trying to move through all my stuff as fast as humanly possible and make a business model around that and just carry as little inventory as possible. That may or may not work long term, who knows, but I'm going to give it a try, because the longer I've done this, the less I want stuff.
It's
like,
a tricky balance though, because, like, you want to, I think every reseller sometimes, like, daydreams about being a minimalist. Like, just all of us are like, oh, it'd be so nice to just have nothing, right? But then, you get into this mindset where you're being very picky, and all of a sudden, your eBay store is suffering because you haven't been buying much because you're being so picky because you don't want to fill up your space. And so it is like you have to find a balance.
You don't want to... Well, if you're only doing buy it now listings, then yes. But I'm also myself personally, I'm in a different realm with
you're
sports
taking
cards
advantage of viewers. That's
where
true.
Auctions on eBay, Whatnot, and elsewhere are still very vibrant. I wouldn't be doing, like, auctions on on like a single stitch t-shirt. That was uncalled for, by the way. Mama Arbitrage is a
She
saint,
is not vibrant. I'm sorry.
She's a vibrant person.
Well, I said she was vibrant.
You just said it in a way that made me feel weird. Well, so stop
that's
it.
Fair. That's fair. But that's your feelings. I'm not, putting those feelings on you. You have to choose to not have those feelings when I call your mom vibrant.
Okay. Are you going to start a weird podcast now about my feelings? Because
Gary's
your feelings are your problem, man.
Yeah. Anyways, so what were we talking about? Your mom's vibrancy?
We should do... Yeah, we were talking about my mother's vibrancy. I don't know what it means, but the way you said it made it seem weird.
It means she, like, lights up the room, and she's colorful and delightful. Like, she wears, beautiful outfits, and she's like a flower.
So
I was complimenting her aggressively.
You think my mom is the teacher from the Magic School Bus? What's her name again?
Miss Fergal?
Miss Frizzle?
Frizzle, that's it, yeah.
Miss Frizzle. You think my mom is Miss Frizzle? Okay.
I would be down with that.
Noted.
Yeah, that would be cool if she was. Let's go on the Magic School
First
Bus.
off, did the parents in that class, did they sign up for all those aggressive amount of dangerous field trips that class
They went
took?
in a human's body, bro. Inside a human's body.
They got Rick Moranis shrunk
it's not
into
safe.
a body. And they were going, dude, they were probably going hundreds of miles per hour through the bloodstream. How are they?
What does that permission slip
I don't feel
look
like the parents
It's
would
like, hey, we are going to reconstitute your child's molecules in a smaller fashion, and then drive up some dude's urethra. Do men have urethras?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Just so kids could watch it.
Watch
on a
his
like
blood cells.
Yeah, exactly. Watch it on one of those TVs they used to just push out. One of those VCRs for our school. We would just watch it because that was a great time when you could just kind of doze off.
Now I don't know how biology works, but if one of the kids were to escape the school bus, while they were inside a woman's stomach, would she then be pregnant? Is that how things work? I don't know.
I don't know. As a 40-year-old virgin now, I would not know how that works.
Hey, congrats! You like the Steve Carell movie? That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is cool. I have instead of all the action figures, I have one Spider-Man.
Tina said they're expecting a lot of turbulence on my flight, and the flight attendants are not even allowed to stand up during this flight. Ugh. Scary. Maybe I should say my goodbyes. Love you. Farewell. It was fun.
Don't do that. Comfort her. I was in one. I think it was when we went from Jacksonville to New York, and then like New York to Vegas. I think it was and we went over like Minnesota, like the lakes and stuff. Yeah. I think they had to sit. Like I think they made the flight attendants sit for like most of that flight because it got like it's usually just a couple moments of real fun, not fun turbulence, but the rest is pretty.
The worst
smooth,
is when it drops typically. Like 10 feet on you.
The worst one I had was the first time returning. Yeah, those are insane. The first time I felt that, because I'd flown a lot in my life, was coming back from the first time I think I went to Jacksonville. We came back, Dawn was feeling pretty mellow, like we had a pretty... Going over was always pretty good. It's coming back into Vegas, It's a little windy. We didn't realize how windy Vegas was, though. And we were going, and it was kind of just doing its thing, which was uncomfortable, but not, anything we hadn't felt. And it just went like a roller coaster, like down, like nose down, like for literally a second, and then it was fine. And you kind of realize it wasn't really in danger, but it felt like it, like your reptile brain or whatever was like, what the And it was interesting. I think Dawn yelled, and I didn't. That was the weirdest thing I learned. That was the weirdest thing I learned about myself, was that I didn't freak out. At that moment, different. I freaked out after.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm the same way. Like, weird. I'm a total like wimp and very stressed about those sort of situations. But when they occur, I'm like cool as a cat, right? Like when my dad chopped his finger off, and I had to go like find it and put it in an ice bag and call 911. When my house caught on fire as a kid, and I had to put out the fire, like I was just totally calm, dealing with the situation. I work great under that sort of environment and that situation, and it was no issue for me. But like, the fear of that sort of thing can make me act totally insane, right? Like just totally illogical and so on and so forth.
Well, so just remember like when we were like going to, what was it, Dave and Buster's the day before I had to fly back, and I was like tripping all day. Yeah. Like the whole day I was like off because I was so nervous about flying, and I had flown a lot at that point, like back and forth. Mm-hmm. And it was, I hate that feeling, but the cool thing is it's like it's mental though. Like you can control it if you can figure it out. It's just hard to figure it out.
Well, that happened to me. The whole like flight drop thing happened to me on a flight to Portugal. And so we were over the Atlantic, and we still had like 12 hours left, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. Actually, it was probably only a 9-hour flight, but it was still a long time left. And it was
like
very
it was
stressful.
like you felt like it felt like the falling feeling, not like the
it felt like the
because like that feeling. One's really uncomfortable when you like where it's going and feels like you're getting rattled around. Well, that's really uncomfortable.
And that's when I got super bad like the drop anxiety. Sucks. Yeah, and after that trip, I don't think I got on a plane for like 5-6 years, right? Maybe 7 years. And I remember like I was going on an international trip to China. I was still super anxious about flights, and I actually had nailed it in. So like on the flight to China, I was getting first class. So me and my coworker, we found out that if we stayed an extra 3 days, we could do first class for the same exact price. And first class on a plane to China is like a lay down seat. So it's baller, right? And so we get that at the same price. I think it was $2,000 for the round trip ticket to China, first class, And it was kind of a last minute trip. I think that's why it worked out to be about the same. But I'm like freaking out about this flight, and my buddy's like, hey, just drink this. It had like champagne or something. I don't drink at all. I'm not a drinker at all.
So did it make it worse?
Oh my gosh, dude. So he tells me to drink this thing of champagne. It's just like a little cup of champagne that's like complimentary. I got so sick. Like I think I was like just, no tolerance at all. It was like the only drink I've ever had.
But was it positive in the sense that you didn't think about the flight
anxious.
Because you were sick?
I wanted to barf, and I felt like I was going to pass out. So then I was anxious about the fact that I might pass out because then I was going to die in the air. So no, it didn't really help at all. It just made things worse. So I was no longer worried about the flying. I was worried about the imminent death that comes from drinking and making me dizzy and so on and so forth.
One champagne.
One, probably half a glass of champagne. So yeah,
that is funny. Yeah, you even though you weren't in danger with either of them, you almost put yourself in in more danger by doing that.
I get this like
really
real fear of losing control. I think that's what it is. And so like
I know.
the minute I started to feel like a little loss of control, I was like, oh, I hate this. Oh my gosh, I'm going to die. Oh, I am not, I like to be in control of situations, and anything like that makes me feel like I'm losing control. It's just not for me. That's fine if it's for you, but it's not for me. Yeah. A lot of people like to let go, I think, and not have a care in the world.
Oh, I envy those people. I wish I could be more like that. I feel like peace, like we've even talked about this before, like peace, like inner peace and like mental peace comes from acceptance and letting go of things that you can't control, and just being, like the whole Zen, like Buddhist thing, just being at one with the moment and just accepting where things take you, be like a leaf blowing in the wind.
That is true. Me and you have very similar feeling on like any sort of like prescription stuff. Like we're very nervous about all that, right? And I remember when I was turning 30, we talked about this in the secret episode, but this is just a normal Trash Cash episode now. If you like this, check out the secrets. But I when I was like turning 30, that was like my most anxious time. I was like facing the reality of the finite nature of life, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to live forever. I could die any moment, things like that. And I ended up having to go on Xanax, right? And now, mind you, as a nervous person with that sort of stuff, I would take like a quarter of a pill like once every 2 weeks when I was having an insane panic attack. That's how scared I was of this stuff. But that was like the closest I ever was okay with like letting go of some control, was when I was freaking out. Like my heart was racing, I'm breathing into a bag, I'd be like, okay, give me a little piece of the Xanax. And that would be like, and then of course my coworker who was in sales was like they had these like big bars of them that are like 10 milligrams and mine were like 1 milligram. He was taking like 3 bars. And I was like, bro, aren't you going to die? He's like, dude, I've been in sales for a while.
All right.
So yeah.
Well, I mean, like that's reckless.
Oh yeah,
he
was
little
super
bit
reckless.
That was reckless, but somewhere in between of like just taking the one when you're having a panic attack because it's prescribed and you're safely taking it and you're not mixing with whatever you're not supposed to, is completely reasonable. And like, yeah, I would have a hard time. I don't even know if I could take a quarter of a Xanax without making it worse. But
sales was a job where I ended up in situations where I was not comfortable several times, especially with that guy, where I was like, well, I don't know why I'm here. Like, I don't know what path I took to arrive in this moment, but here I am, and I don't want to be here. The worst one was when I was at some party after a trade show. I might have told you the story, I might not have. And there's like maybe some level of felony involved here. I don't know. But either way.
Was this the one where you wore like the mask with the big long nose and you guys just had robes on only?
No. It was like this party, and they had like it seemed cool because they had like the air slides, the inflatable slides, the inflatable bounce houses.
Yeah, those are illegal. Cool,
those are fine. And I'm like, oh, this is pretty fun. And we get there, and again, my sales partner, I don't know if we were buddies or not, but I ended up having to travel with him a lot because he was my sales, associate friend. And he was into some bad stuff growing up and never really quit it, right? And so I generally was not near him during any of this stuff. But his friend, the guy running the party, comes over and is like, hey, Dave, and the other guy's name. And he's like, hey, you're going to have some... Was
he smoking the marijuana?
Dude, this party, well, first of all, it was in LA. And in LA, that stuff's legal as all get out. So, yes, they literally had, like, bowls of marijuana.
Wait, was he smoking cigarettes?
No, they had, like, on the coffee table.
Dave, tell me he wasn't smoking cigarettes.
And this is why I don't go to parties, because I was so uncomfortable, and I am not interested in any of this stuff. I was so uncomfortable, and they've got, like, bowls of marijuana just, like, loose. I don't know, you eat it or something. I don't even know what happened.
Were people doing lines off mirrors?
This is what we're getting to. This is the part that I'm pretty sure was...
You did a line off a mirror?
I did not do a line off mirror. But
he said... did it off the linoleum floor.
He said, you guys ready to have some fun? And I was like, yeah, man, we're at a party. I didn't
know
what that meant.
Party.
I did not know what that meant. I was just like, yeah, we're at a party. Let's have some fun. Like, I thought we were going to go joust or something on the little inflatable. I was like, yeah, put on sumo suits.
You're get all 4 controllers out and play Mario Kart 64.
And he's like, all right, come with me. And so, and like my coworker looks at me funny, like, why did you say yeah? But he's like, he's always along for whatever ride is about to happen. So he like just didn't even question it. But he knows who I am, like that I'm not interested in any drugs or anything like that. And they take us like upstairs and past like 4 dudes that are like super big guarding a door. And all of a sudden I'm in a room.
Yeah, that's the cocaine room.
Yes.
You're in the cocaine room.
And I was like, what are they doing? And they're like, yo, here, you want some? I was like, I'm in the wrong room. And I just left. It's so weird. But yeah, that was, I'm not good in those situations.
You almost accidentally did cocaine.
No, it would be hard to accidentally do that. But I ended up in the cocaine room, which I didn't even know that was a thing. I thought that was an 80s thing.
Dude, there's cocaine in the air. You inevitably got a good dose of it.
Well, either way, I left the party. Joking. Me and my other friend left the party at that point. I was like, yeah, let's get out of here. I know I'm such a square to some people, but I am literally just a real square.
I know, guys.
It is what I am.
If we're an anti-cocaine podcast, and if you guys can't deal with that, you know where the door is. There's other podcasts, allegedly.
Podcast.
Allegedly. Heavy on the
allegedness of the other reselling podcasts.
This is all parody.
Paraphernalia. Yes, exactly. So anyways, that was that story, Carrie.
I wouldn't know drug paraphernalia if you threw it at me.
The point of the story, the moral of the story is if they want to say you're ready to have some fun or you're ready to party, either of those two things, no. The answer is no, unless you want to get felonies.
You got to remember, I grew up going to Mormon parties. So if that was happening, then somebody was about to break out the caffeinated Dr.
Someone's got
Pepper,
a Ouija board.
And people were... I did that and got mildly possessed for 3 days. That's a good story we could tell. I really felt like I got possessed. It was pretty insane.
Tina's taking off. She'll be home in a couple hours, probably like 1 or something like that. So we got to go till 1 on the podcast.
Did you comfort her? She doesn't seem like a person that gets upset by that, though.
By what? Oh, no, she's got way worse flight anxiety than me. She's got like Dawn's level of flight anxiety, but she's getting better. She's, it's one of those things like exposure. The more you expose yourself to it.
Yeah, I felt like Tina is like the most... Well, Dawn is too. Dawn doesn't really get scared much.
No, it's just flying, yeah. Mm-hmm. The Fresh Maker.
You got the Diet Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, I've still got
Do you like zero sugar Dr. Pepper? Or do you like Diet better? To be honest
with you, man, most zero and Diet taste the same to me. Is that weird?
Like, if there was a zero and a Diet Dr. Pepper sitting next to each other, I would kick and stomp on the Diet. It's such garbage compared to zero sugar.
Are you serious?
One's they like, well, I mean, they're just one. I feel like the Diet Dr. Pepper has more of like a chemically vibe. Like, it just has like a different, like the more old-fashioned
chemically.
Diet.
Let me tell you about Mountain Dew Voodoo, guys. Pure
There
bleach.
is no... You think there's water in that? That's just chemicals.
It's just
they made
chemical
combustion.
The mystery flavor is sorbic acid. Surprise!
They just did a vial of yellow. Too, and Dave is smaller than usual right now because of all the yellow.
It looks like swamp water, as well. Like it looks like swamp water. Anyways, Trash to Cash is a reselling podcast. Let's get started with the reselling talk.
It is. Woo. Sure. Yeah. 58 minutes in, let's get her going.
I cannot believe...
We talked about reselling at some point, didn't we?
Yeah. I cannot believe how bad eBay is going for me right now. And you're not like a good judge of eBay. Unfortunately, I was hoping Kevin would be here because he could tell me how eBay's doing.
I'm doing a lot of eBay right now.
But yeah, it's just been really, really bad for me.
My whole eBay shtick right now is, guys, you don't have to frickin' do eBay. If it's hard and you're not doing well, go somewhere else and sell stuff. It's not 2007 where there's no other options.
This is not very relatable,
Carrie. No, but is it though? Because look, if everybody is struggling on eBay, Dibdit.com, just give your... Wait, no. Dibdit.com, no. Here's the thing, guys. My thought is this: is like with eBay, if it's slow, the first thing you got to do is you got to list consistently and you got to improve what you're finding.
Cross list with Vendu.
So I mean, are you cross list with Vendu? List perfectly. Flip. I'd like another paycheck from Flip.
I can't endorse those other companies financially. Sorry.
You can't, but I'm not affiliated with any of them because Vendu just was like, nope. Carrie, no.
You were telling us something. You were doing like one of your adapt things, and you stopped short. What happened?
Do you want me to say adapt?
Yeah, you were talking about how like you should sell on other platforms, and you kind of never finished your rant.
Yeah.
Well, I was just zoning out.
I was trying to get us. I was trying to get a rant in because I want to. Look, guys, it's so simple. Like if you are doing everything you can, and my guess, and based on the fact that I never am doing everything I can. My guess is you're not doing everything you can on eBay to right the ship. But if you are theoretically doing 10 great items that are sellable and should be selling every day and they aren't, if that's happening, then sell elsewhere. Sell on Whatnot, sell on Mercari, sell on Bonanza.
Yeah. I've been selling on Nowhere, though. And
Shop Commons,
what bothers me...
the place where they sell the mechanical keyboards.
What bothers
you guys could sell at a flea market. You could sell at a local mom and pop shop. You could sell at an antiques.
What bothers me is how unforgiving eBay is. And its algorithm. That's what bothers me.
Infuriating.
It's like just a couple... Can I just take a couple days off? But I take the couple days off and I get punished for 3 freaking weeks of punishment.
You have 60,000 listings and you've been listing 45 a day for 17 years straight, and you take a day and a half off, 0 sales for you.
For 3 weeks.
That's what happens.
It's crazy. Like
for 3. Dude, it is really brutal when it comes to that. It's so weird.
That's what I'm dealing with right now. It's just everything is just sitting on the shelves. I think basically I'm selling 2 items a day for the last week. Like 1 to 2 items a day, which is very low for me. And I'm basically broke. So guys, Patreon, go sign up. I have to buy fancy chairs, lights,
entertainment portion of this podcast.
Look at this light. Isn't this cool?
You didn't use Trash to Cash to pay for the chairs, did you?
No, I should have. Yeah, I should bill you. I should invoice you for your chair.
That's
why I gave you the more expensive
shell.
Yeah, it's a shell, like brass shell lamp. Isn't that cool?
Is that because you feel bad about spending Trash to Cash money on the microphone?
No, I feel good about that.
So you gave me the better chair.
And we now have 2 microphones. We're gonna sound so much better than Kevin. It's really about beating Kevin. Everything in my life is about beating Kevin.
Send him a microphone so he can never learn how to use it.
I sent him a $150 microphone that he does not touch. I think he may.
He'll probably just sit on it or something.
I asked. Okay, so in line with the whole horror story podcast, I asked ChatGPT.
Yeah, we should do a scary story.
I asked ChatGPT, I said, find me online a true reselling horror story. And it has found one. Do you want to hear it?
True. This better not be about mouse poop, or
I don't know what it's about because I haven't read it. Okay, so a true reselling horror story involves an Amazon seller. Well, there you go, Amazon seller. Makes sense that it's a horror story. Named Kevin Williams, who built a successful business selling cleaning brushes, only to have it nearly destroyed by unscrupulous competitors. Chinese sellers created the exact duplicate of his product using inferior materials but mimicking his packaging, so basically like every product ever, even including his face on the label. These counterfeit products were sold at lower prices, allowing competitors to take over the buy box and steal his sales. This is a horror story, okay? Yeah. Worse yet.
No, but I mean, have you ever been around people who try to mimic your package?
Yeah, a couple times. I don't know why they're doing it though. It's not worth it.
It's not gonna. It's a waste of your time.
Okay, so they left negative reviews for the knockoffs, which hurts Kevin's reputation and tanked his sales. Over the next year and a half, Kevin spent over $1 million trying to fight the counterfeiters, but the process was long, difficult, and expensive, as Amazon did not have quick mechanisms to stop the infringers. This nightmare is a cautionary. I love how to AI the nightmare is copyright infringement. Oh no, copyright! I was thinking it would tell me like a story about some dude going to a yard sale and getting shot. But no, it's like,
I thought it was going to be like a storage unit person who ends up getting stuck in the storage unit and can't get out, and then just passes away in the storage unit. Maybe.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to ask it for something more like that.
Say more macabre.
Yeah, that was no good. I mean, it's true. Okay, but come on, like Amazon copyright infringement, that's literally every company in the universe.
Dude.
Every single one.
That's like anything, any Amazon, like, you want me to tune out, talk Amazon.
Now it's telling me a story about Storage Wars. It says, one of the most shocking reselling horror stories involves Daryl Sheets from Storage Wars. Remember Daryl? Who once purchased a storage unit that contained a horrific discovery, a murdered corpse. Yeah, but that's fake, ChatGPT. I'm yelling at it. That show is fake. All right, this is dumb. Let's not do that. Anyways, reselling. So
it was not well thought out.
I listed my GoPros because I decided to buy the new GoPro. I bought the GoPro 13. I listed my 11 and my 12. I never used my 12. I bought it and never used it for a whole year. So that was a good financial decision. On the bright side, it's went from $399 to $220. So, math.
You lost money too, so that's good.
Someone messaged me on my video, and I want your opinion on this. I talked about it in my Flipper video that's going to come out soon, so go over there for my thoughts on it. But someone left me a comment saying, dude, all these $20 sales, you may need to accept you're just a bad reseller. Thoughts?
Yeah. No, I mean, yes. Moving on. Yeah.
Solved.
We need to, guys.
Resolved and solved.
If you were at a minute, not a minute. We're not at a minute.
I don't know.
We're at an hour and 4
We're
minutes.
not because
right
we
now,
paused
guys.
it for like 4 minutes. We're probably closer to an hour.
Yeah. We're closer to an hour, guys. So if you were at this point in the podcast, we all need to accept that we are not good at this.
Bad, very bad.
Let's stop trying to learn new stuff. Let's just accept that we're going to squeak by. And if we got to put a shift in at Burger King occasionally until they fire us for messed up reasons, I almost swore about that. Then so be it.
I love the comment though. One of my viewers commented and responded and like they were like it was something crazy like like so aggressive. I loved it. They were like, you might need to accept the fact that you're a piece of crap and a douchebag. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Go for it, guys.
Yeah, exactly. They also look, here's the thing. You don't have to even comment on people's videos at all. So
but
why?
they did. And
why
thank
do
you
it?
for doing
That's
it.
really the biggest waste of time is commenting on someone's video that you don't like.
Well, no, but it helps them.
Why put that energy?
It helps them. Wait, hold on. It's responding to what Storage Wars being fake. It is widely believed that Storage Wars may be staged for dramatic effect. There have been accusations of lawsuits over the authenticity. While Storage Wars does not always reflect the reality of storage auction, the real-life reselling business does sometimes lead to bizarre and grim discoveries. Yeah, well, that's what I'm asking you for, is a bizarre and grim discovery. Idiots.
Look, stop asking for what it's not willing to give you. You know what I'm saying? Dawn had an interesting comment today, and this is kind of along the lines
comment
of
from
what,
her or
what
to
you're
her?
saying. A comment to her on her TikTok or Facebook or some. It was like, hey, or this was actually from weeks ago, but she just noticed it today. That happens sometimes. So this person was like, oh, stop acting like you're some sort of guru. You just look up everything that you find, and anybody can do that and find stuff at a thrift store. Which, of course,
Actually,
everybody learns about an item.
It is not true.
No, everybody learns about things over time through various different methods. And obviously, if you've done this a while, you don't need to look into everything up because you kind of know certain things, obviously. And then he went on to say something like, you know, you're a clown and I do this too. And I know it's easy. Or like it takes no skill. He said something like that. It takes no skill and no effort. And I make probably 10 times what you make, which is always a weird flex, like based on what knowledge or whatever. But anyway, so Dawn responded, like a couple people defended Dawn because this was weeks ago. And Dawn responded, I agree, you have no skills. She said, I agree, you have no skills as a reseller. And I'm like, that was funny. That was cool. So don't even argue the point that we have skills or don't. Just agree with him on not having
My point about not everyone can is my mom, she cannot comp at all. Like not even close to being able to comp. Like honestly, just browsing the internet is a challenge. But when I ask her to like look something up, it's like 50 minutes of, well, there's this and this and this, and she just can't find it. She cannot find it sometimes she'll find it, but then all of a sudden, like, I'm like, Mom, you're on Facebook. Like, how are you comping something on Facebook? Like, it's that bad with her.
Ask Jeeves. Stop asking Jeeves
So not everyone can do it. Not everyone can do it.
Your mom, Kevin, people in the silent generation, pre World War I or II, they're gonna have trouble with.
Well, it's a running joke
computer.
now that Mama Picker always finds me the McDonald's toys, and we were doing that 100-mile sale where I literally went to like 3 sales, and we go down this whole row, and it's all just like people making cupcakes, people making candles, people making that crap, and we get to the last booth and they actually have some stuff, and she's like, Dave, come here, I found something for you, and it's a tote. I open up, I'm like, all McDonald's toys, Mom. She's like, she even said when she pointed out, she even pointed out when she said, she's like, I don't think they're McDonald's toys. I opened up like, they're all McDonald's toys, Mom. She's like, oh.
Do you see the M on the package? Yeah, that's the logo of McDonald's.
Well, no, they're usually unpackaged. I'll give her that. I think if they were packaged, she'd figure it out. But it's some of them look pretty good. Some of them look. I've been deceived where I'm like, oh, that looks cool, and then I look made for MCD. And you're like, okay, it's a McDonald's toy, but I can see it's just funny that it's like every single weekend.
Well, maybe going out and her seeing you do all this MCM stuff. Like, I mean, honestly,
I'm trying to get her on that boat.
Same with my mom. Like, she lived through the 60s, 70s. Like, she should know what that stuff is when she sees it, and I mean, but I think that's like a thing, like maybe for all of us, like if in 20 years, 30 years, if we're still picking, like, are we going to ever like appreciate or think any of the stuff from when we were in our 20s or whatever? Maybe when we're kids are cool, but like, oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Cool? Isn't that cool?
That's amazing.
It's so
that is
cool.
really cool.
That was at that estate sale I went to yesterday.
Like, that's something you can kind of name your price on. I would go like
it's
50 plus at least.
It's so cool. Yeah, is that MCM? Did I do good?
That's MCM.
It seemed MCM to me.
It's also like kitschy. It's
cool.
grandma core. It's like a lot of
cool.
buzzwords.
Would you pay 10 for it? Would you pay 10 for it?
Yes.
I paid 10, which is a little high.
I don't know if I would pay 10 for it because I'm not sure if I'm wanting to buy that kind of stuff. And Don probably would.
Yeah. Don would.
But here's the thing: it's like if I was in that groove, like you're in with MCM, yes.
Yeah.
Right now, it's like if it's not a sports card, I'm having trouble buying anything right now. If I'm being honest.
Yeah, I don't. I don't know, man. I'm having fun learning MCM. It's just the thrill of a new hunt. You know, it's the thrill of a new hunt. That's what it is. I've just like seen all the action figures, seen all the video games. Now I just want to find something fun and new. And I'm picking up action figures and stuff, picking up video games.
Yeah, I think we've talked about it. You don't forget the things you've learned in the past. There's a Mormon precept. If anybody's Mormon that listens to us, there's this saying that's from Scripture, where it's line upon line, precept upon precept. Basically, over time, as you study anything, whether it's Scripture in this case, or you study like reselling, you're just going to compound knowledge. And as you, and at some point, you're going to be like me, 13 years in, Super Saiyan genius, wasting it all because of the pressure. The pressure of being such a complete and utterly powerful reseller that you can't deal with it. And you
probably got the best flip out of every listener here today.
Yeah, but also you have to remember my flip was not from a astute like resale find.
It was
from
pure,
a game of luck.
Staging. Oh yeah, I mean luck. Staging luck.
If Panini loved me that much, I would be.
I love paninis that much. Have you ever had a good one with like some ham and cheese?
Like, it's one thing. Yeah, I mean, like that's didn't happen. But like, if Panini loved me that much, I would be very thankful. Here, let's stage a 34,000 windfall for you. Okay, that would be pretty amazing.
That's what you want in life. Hold on, let's see if my latest TikTok's doing good. 13,000, Carrie. In 3 hours. That's not great.
Look, you're a TikTok daddy now, and you need to act like it. Okay.
How do TikTok daddies act?
You're gonna occasionally just do one of them. Like
I got recognized from my TikTok at a yard sale on Saturday. Little kid walked up to me. He's like, "Hey, aren't you on TikTok?" I was like, "Yeah, I am." And he's like, "Yeah, you're like Ray or something." I'm like, "No, I'm not."
No, I'm Ray from.
So I kind of got recognized. He's like, "Don't you have a TikTok?" I'm like, "Yeah." And I show it to him, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, you have 200,000 subscribers or followers, whatever," which are totally meaningless. But it did feel good to make a little kid proud of me.
If you want, and not the people behind the follows, but if you want meaningless following, it's TikTok. Because TikTok is like, first off, it never fails to impress when I tell people how many my main TikTok has, or even my card one at this point, like 60.
How many is that at? 60?
65 or something. Yeah. It's solid. 67. Yeah, I think it just hit today. Not that
that'd fill a room,
but that would fill a very big room. But people don't realize a lot of those people
stadium.
A lot of those people were mildly entertained for 30 seconds while they were pooping and never have seen me since.
And they accidentally hit the follow button.
They accidentally hit the follow button. So it's not like YouTube. YouTube is a deep, like Dave has a emotional cottage cheese based relationship with thousands of people on YouTube. But on his picker, he's just got a voice that people are annoyed by and they listen.
I finally put YouTube Studio back on my phone, but I still find myself never checking it, even though it's back on here.
I think that's healthy. It's like a slippery slope. If you start checking too much, you start to go into that hairy tornado rage.
Hold on. We might
allegedly.
Be there. It might be my biggest channel. Hold on. 64,208 on ADH Dave Picks. And on Cooking Daddy, 64,210. Just passed it. Two more on Cooking Daddy. Then it's now my biggest channel.
You now can
I'm now
officially,
a cooking creator.
Yeah, you're a cooking creator who dabbles in picking.
I am. Yeah, I'm just picking is my hobby. Cooking is my job.
You're like if Guy Fieri just showed up at a yard sale. That's who you are now.
Yeah.
They would be asking you about how do I make my. How do I? Yeah, exactly. How do I? You need to dye. We need to bleach our hair at this point anyway because because we're going gray anyway. So
and
now's
bald.
the time to
gray and bald. But
Dude,
my baldness
it's getting
is on
aggressive.
my boobs.
I feel like it's. I don't know. I keep.
No,
trying
you're
to tell
going pretty
myself
bald. No, you're going pretty bald.
It's no.
Have you taken some of the stuff that Kevin's recommended? He takes all that stuff, the supplements that help you.
No,
because
I don't want. I don't want to knock stuff over every time I walk into a room. I just want to be able to go into a room and just not be fully erect and mad at everyone.
Yeah, but no, I think it's like Hims or something because it was low T. I don't know. He may not have low T. That's alleged. Allegedly.
No, he wouldn't sue us for the fact
with the
he's
swinging.
Told us
He's
in
probably
privacy.
got very high T.
Yeah, look, he has pills to make sure that he can. Look, I think he's most. If we're being anyway, I'm going to stop because nothing.
Yeah, because I have a lot of thoughts on it. Like
it's
I
one
see
thing
these
to make,
ads.
Yeah,
and I don't. It's not like a humble brag, but I'm not there yet. Where Kevin's at, where I need to be thinking about those medicines, but maybe one day.
Yeah,
maybe one day. Hopefully,
yeah, exactly.
We'll get there. I could probably. It'd be probably beneficial.
Look, we don't even have to say allegedly. Kevin's taken boner pills. He's taken copious amount of boner pills so that he can get a penile erection. It's just the truth.
Appropriate for the show. This is
well,
not
we
a
could say
secret
episode.
That's Terry.
That's the technical word for.
You didn't say
technical
penile.
word
you said
for
boner.
Boner, dude. But what's wrong with? What's wrong with? Look, I've had one before. It's completely natural. It's completely natural. I've seen it. It's there.
I'm all right. Carrie.
Look, what, dude? We can say boner. We can say it,
guys.
What? I'm here.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Keep talking. They can probably hear me. I gotta fix my headphones. Stand by.
Yeah, I could. What do you guys think? Was that too far? Was that? I already said the channel is NC39. If you're under 39, guys, hopefully he didn't mute this, and I'm just talking to myself like last time. But if you're under 39 and you're listening to this podcast, stop it. Stop it, guys. We can't censor our old person talk for you. Okay? We're going to occasionally, there's going to be an occasional boner reference, and you're going to have to be okay.
That was just medical talk.
Yeah,
we may not know the medical term
is a medical
for that.
condition.
Yeah, it's just
Look,
medical
okay?
thing.
I think it's, what is the medical term for that? An erection? Is that medical? What is it? Seriously, what's the medical term for a boner? Guys, comment down below. Put the eggplant emoji down below.
Oh my gosh. Why am I
if
coughing?
you've made it this far into the podcast.
Okay, so Trash Cash Podcast. Okay,
gosh, reselling. Am I right? Reselling.
Okay.
Dude, reselling. Whoa.
What was your
How
sale of
about
the
them
week?
apples?
Sale of the week.
Sale of the week. I just sold a.
What did I sell? Let me get my phone.
I sold a bunch of cards on Whatnot. I think the biggest sale was I sold a Rasheed Rice. If you guys follow football, he's one of the
he's really good
receivers
at hockey.
For Kansas City. I paid like 40, 45, under 45 because I got a deal in a bulk deal, and that sold for 82. I sold that started at 2. Everything I'm doing on Whatnot right now is starting at 2. So occasionally I lose. The thing is, I've noticed if I lose a little, and it's usually a bad buy. And a lot are a little bit above, and then some blow up, which is surprising. So I'm really enjoying, like you're enjoying the MCM daddy stuff. I'm really enjoying like I feel like, especially with cards, I don't know if this would work with other stuff, but like with cards, there's a lot of demand for this, and there's not a lot of people putting quality cards. Like a lot of times they aren't.
Oh, go ahead. Finish your thought.
No, it's okay. I don't feel like you cared.
Oh, I wasn't listening, but the people listen. Don't you understand? That's how this podcast works. We go off on rants.
No, it's just like
expecting the audience to listen.
No, but just like occasionally, just like
you said, Dave, you've been going
good.
off on the MCM stuff. You've been going off on cards. That's always what you're in. So I don't really understand the relationship with the two.
I don't know what we're talking about at this point. I've lost track. Like, you're just repeating what I said. Me.
Yeah, but the problem is it doesn't make
sense.
That's
not how conversations work.
You said you're all of a sudden really into cards. You've always been really into cards.
Well, I'm all of a sudden like only focusing on that though. Like I'm not doing other stuff.
That's what you've been doing for 20 months.
Okay, fair enough. I've just given in completely.
Okay, so remember when Dawn was here and she bought all those elephants that you left here?
Yes.
I sold one today, a chalky vintage elephant for $17. So I'll send you the check, I guess.
Yeah, please make it a check.
Invoice me.
I want to go cash that.
Invoice me. Okay, so anyways,
Invoice me, bro.
Was that you telling me your sale of the week, going off on that rant about liking to sell sports cards, which is like the most obvious thing you could have done? Like, I want you to feel a little bad for that rant. Do you feel a little bad?
I sold like one. No, I don't feel bad about being myself. Okay, you want me to hide? You want me to hide who I am? Okay, I'm gonna occasionally slip in a boner reference, and you're gonna just have to be okay with it.
Okay, so what was your sale of the week?
That's not going to get us in trouble. I worry about everything, and I don't think that's about. That was my sale of the week. Was the $82 Rasheed Rice?
Oh,
no, the boner was not my sale of the week. Okay,
how many dollars?
That is 80? A gift. That is a gift that is given. That is not a sellable item.
Okay, $80 for Rasheed Rice, and he's on the Angels.
He's. See, it's hard for me to explain this because it's a dude who's a receiver for Kansas City. There is roughly 30% of the audience who totally understands every word I just said, and you don't even understand sports, so you're not going to know who Rasheed Rice is. But
dude, I know about the conference that Miami was in. Okay, I have won sports for the day. Thank you very much. Take that.
You have
San Andreas Grand Theft Auto 2.
Yeah, San Andreas, is that not really loosely or graphically based off Los Angeles? Isn't that what San Andreas actually is?
I thought it was an actual place. San Diego and San Andreas.
No, San Andreas is based off LA, just like Vice City is based off Miami.
Oh, really?
You didn't know that?
Vice City? No, I didn't know that. That's really interesting.
They're based off real cities, and they have like similar like buildings and stuff, but they're not. They're like not the exact buildings, but they're based on them.
Okay, hold on. My sale of the week is a Lestronic 2 golf charger. Another golf charger. That's like my sale of the week. You already said
it was the elephant. You have to choose. Is it
no? The elephant was just telling you gave me money. The Lestronic golf charger sold for $100.
Okay, so you're choosing the Lestronic golf.
Yeah, because I sold. That's my third one selling. All of them sold for $100.
But the sale of the week doesn't have to be monetary. It could be emotional, and I felt like you were emotionally attached to the elephant. And you were sad to let it go, maybe.
Oh,
but no, you're just wanting money. You're the Kevin of reselling. You're only worried about making money doing this.
I guess my emotionally most exciting sale was the lot of karate books because I feel like I'm kind of a Steven Seagal type figure.
We should do that. We should do our Kevin will love this. The sale we're most emotionally attached to.
The emotional
sale of the week. Kevin would love that.
Kevin already does that all the time.
Kevin's a big softie. People don't know it. Kevin's very emotional. So
okay, worst sale of the week. That's that segment we created. Let's see.
I remember when we were having discussions when we were watching the other podcast. We were like, let's steal that
strategy guide for $11 plus shipping. That's not terrible. I don't know.
Trying to think offhand.
Yeah, that's probably the worst one. Is the $11 plus ship.
All my sales, I bought a couple cards that went for under what I paid, but that happens when you do $2 auctions. But nothing crazy. Like I think I spent $20 on a card that went for like $9. That was kind of dumb of me. But also,
you spent how much?
To be honest, on it? $20 and it went for $9.
That's a pretty good profit. -11.
No, that was backwards. Yeah. But it had a little bit to do with a couple things. Like I overpaid, which happens in cards at times, and also like I should have waited a month till the basketball season was closer. I sold it off season, so there's some of that with cards. But I mean, really. I'm also trying to just move stuff, and I'm trying to build it up to where people can come daily to my store and see that there's auctions they can bid on if they so choose. So.
Well, remember I told you I got all that San Francisco stuff, the 49er stuff?
Yeah, exactly.
I listed that this week, and 2 of the ornaments already sold for $20 a piece. So I paid $100 for the box, and now I'm only down $60. So we might hit profit. No, I had a lot of them. They pretty much all listed for about $15 to $25. Those ornaments. There was a couple that were like higher. There was one that listed for like $70. But I think I'll do really good. I didn't actually do the math to figure out where I'm at, but with the jacket and stuff, which
it's too late now to even worry about the math part of it.
Well, you said the jacket's going to sell for $70. Kevin said $200. I listed it at $200 because I'd rather have that, and we'll see. If it doesn't sell for $200, I'll be happy to take less down the road.
Well, Kevin's comps are based off of like eBay in 1996. He's bad at comping.
He's bad. Kevin is like a very big exaggerator with comps. That is true. Like I remember
I've watched
when we
his
did
channel. I've watched his channel allegedly.
The 100-mile yard sale. Where at the end we like drafted the items after we picked a North Carolina together at the 101 or whatever it was called. And at the end, he's saying these numbers that are just astronomical versus what I was comping out. And I was like, that's a little high. He's like, no, it's fine. It's right. It's fine. I'm like, you're just making crap up,
You did
Kevin.
really ask the two exact opposites of the reselling comping world, where like Kevin would exaggerate, and I am like real to a fault sometimes, like, and I'm also like the worst case scenario.
You Chuck E. Cheese
like I'm
me,
judging.
almost Chuck E. Cheese me out of buying that Chuck E. Cheese plush, remember?
Yeah, but you know,
You're like, that's maybe
listen,
$40, and I sold it for like 300 in a day. Did it? Oh, your mic got unplugged.
Yeah. I just sorry. One
Did
sec.
it? Oh, your mic got unplugged.
Yeah, even though I got a new one. That's annoying. One sec.
What's cool about it though is I've had a lot of technical difficulties. And honestly, I like hearing myself twice. So it's like a win-win. Me and then me again. Do you hear double when I do it too?
I know. No, it just goes loud. Like just it sounds normal to me. So the back, it's all you. That you get all the reverb and stuff.
Okay. Speaking of reverb, do you
I just
still play
like your
guitar?
background now. Your back. Yeah, I do have my guitar in the closet right there.
What about my
haven't played it in a
background?
while.
Wait, you were complimenting me.
Oh, I'm just saying. Yeah, no, like you just seem like a very different person now. Like you seem like you've grown up. Like
Thanks,
before,
man.
you were just like a child,
Yeah.
and now you just look like you kind of like skipped too. You went from like a child, and you skipped young adulthood and
grandpa.
middle age, and you went.
I want a Hugh
You went
Hefner
straight
robe.
to grandpa.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
No,
did.
listen.
We should invest.
I was
We
contemplating.
should get them. We should get trash to cash robes and just wear them for the podcast. Seriously,
I feel
Kevin
like
will pay for it.
as a self-aware neurodivergent individual, big words coming out,
Dude, those are 7 words I didn't understand.
an ADHD guy who knows he's got ADHD. As one of those, okay? I'm always on this constant pursuit of improving my productivity because it's hard. It's hard to be productive. I'm often getting sidetracked so heavily, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And so I was sitting there editing, and remember recently I've been telling you, I've been going to the beach to edit. I've been sitting on my back porch to edit. I just, for some reason, I struggle to edit in this room. Well, I was always thinking, maybe it's just not a happy space. Maybe it's all the crap in here overwhelms me, but I think I might have figured it out. I think what really makes me unproductive editing in this room is 2 monitors. I think it's...
You can
Look at the balloons. How did I do that? Oh, that must be an OBS thing. You didn't see balloons, did you?
I didn't see balloons.
on
I just
OBS.
feel like you might be crazy at this moment. Like, look at the balloons.
I have
don't know
OBS
what
up
you're
on that
seeing, buddy.
screen, and when I did this, anyways. But no, I think it's the 2 screens because having the second screen, I'm editing over here, and having the second screen over there, I'm oh, what's my YouTube video doing? Or hey, here's a YouTube video of Doja Cat. Let's watch that because that's just randomly what came on. Not that I'm interested in Doja Cat, but apparently I guess I am because it distracted me from work today because I was like, is she an alien? I gotta see this. And she is, I guess, an alien. But it was like a 9-year-old video. But that's the kind of crap that just distracts me. So what I've done something to try to resolve it. I don't know if it's gonna work. I've ordered an ultra wide monitor, so that I will only use 1 monitor, so that when I'm working and editing and stuff, I'll just full screen, and then I don't have the second monitor distracting me. What do you think? You think
Can't
the
you
second
just
monitor
turn
could be
the
distracting
second
me?
monitor off? I have
Yes.
1 monitor. And if I had 2, I just wouldn't use the other one while I was working.
That's a cheaper option.
That you didn't. Instead, I invested. That has an off button, dude. That's always my hard thing. I have to edit, but then I have to turn off. The locker room podcast, and I try to listen to that. I try to listen to that daily. I just re-listen.
They want us on.
I
Shane
know, and
has
I
asked
need
us
it
to come on the locker
I didn't
room.
know. I didn't want to be the one to answer for everybody because
I'm willing to do it, but I'm afraid Dawn will hate me because Dawn's still holding beef. She's still holding beef with the locker room ever since they did that thumbnail of you. They have not apologized.
they did a
appropriately.
unflattering.
She did not like that thumbnail.
yeah, exactly. So I don't know.
Which is
I don't
fine.
know.
So I don't know. I feel like Dawn is not going to want me to be on it, but maybe. Dawn, chime in. She's not watching, is she?
She's not watching. I could ask her if you want me to.
But then I got to be on the locker room if I'm going to say
That's
yes.
the problem. You're going to say yes, but
That's
you're going to
the
be
real
You're going to
problem.
be 3 minutes in. You'll be like, is
be so
Ben
bored.
still doing an introduction? Is there still
Are we doing a
fireworks
wrestling
going
intro?
off?
But to be fair, it's not really just the locker room's problem. It's a me problem. It's like when I was on Cat's show and I destroyed the whole show for the night.
Yeah, you
and Cat
pretty
wouldn't
much
talk to me,
yeah,
which I deserved.
Yeah.
I
almost got in trouble for knowing you. That's how bad it was. No, I didn't get in trouble.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I'm telling you, my daughter has the same problem, like very little self-awareness when it comes to offending people. We just don't realize we're doing it. And so, like, yeah, I don't know. It's just an interesting lack of self-awareness that I struggle with.
I was distracting you while you were on that, but I figured you'd be more cool about it, but you
were
weren't.
challenging me to say things and do things.
Yeah, but you did it in a stupid way. You did it in a way that was obvious. You have to be less obvious about it.
Okay, so like that'd be a fun game. We should have that happen where like the Patreons have to give us words to slip in to the show.
Oh, that should be a level.
That'd be pretty fun.
They should have to pay for them. We should just make that a perk for people who are already in there.
We got to thank the Wealthy as a Kevin tier members, Carrie. Let me find them. Hold on. Can you remember their names? Can I find it on my cell phone? I don't know if I can.
Logan Murky, who is no longer with us. Logan.
What if we just shame the people who unsubscribed?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so let's go through this.
Grams and Pops, they unsubscribed, didn't they?
No, I don't think they did. Did they?
I don't know. I don't really even know.
Dang, dude, I actually don't think I can see it. Do you have it pulled up? Can you tell us? We could do it from our brains.
I have no idea. I don't even know how to get on that Patreon.
Okay. Biggs Collectibles, probably.
Biggs Collectibles,
thank you, most likely.
Biggs Collectibles, thank you. Jim
we'll
Flippers.
Just do it from our heads. Logan Parker, Murky, Counterpicker.
Yeah. Dawn, Lady Arbitrage.
Gem Flippers, Dawn, Lady Arbitrage. Harry Tornado. J-Ride Flips.
J-Ride Flips.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Biggs Collectibles, we already said that, yeah.
Biggs Collectibles
Deshaun
with a Z,
James.
right? Deshaun James, yeah.
Is that a basketball player?
No, Deshaun James is a basketball player.
I feel like I've heard you say his name.
LeBron James?
Yes, that's it. LeBron James.
Yeah, we've got...
He was in Space Jam.
Yeah. We got what's his name? Garth from Wayne's World. Which is interesting.
Roman
Reigns, the wrestler. Thank you for... he was in The Wrong Missy, which I watched today, and you did a great job, Roman. Thank you for subbing or whatever you're doing.
Missy, that was pretty good. I like that Groundhog Day type movie that had Andy Samberg in it, and they were like at a hotel in like the desert. Do you remember that one?
I know which one you're talking about, but I haven't seen it. No, Andy Samberg is like some movies are great and some movies aren't. I went to the Target today, and they now have the Target, Super 7, like those figures, little action figures. They have Parks and Rec now. So they have like
I don't know what Super
Hapley
Oh wait,
figures.
Are they the ones that have like the Seinfeld ones?
Yeah, they're like little so they're like G.I. Joe, like old school G.I. Joe size. They're not like the bigger action figures. They're the 3.75 inch. And they had like Perd Hapley and
familiar with that size, yeah.
I mean, I think it's too much. Some would say. I would say like if you're expecting that, then you're gonna be disappointed. Yes,
indeed. We're forgetting someone, Carrie. Who are we forgetting? ABC Matt.
ABC Matt.
Possible?
Alphabet Matt.
It's possible. Yeah.
Gosh.
We're
Josh
sorry,
Galt?
guys. Josh Galt is not a subscriber at the Wealthy as a Kevin tier. Who have you motivated recently?
I need to motivate people. Oh,
you do. They're so unmotivated right now. They're dropping like flies when it comes to paying.
Oh, are they? Because I've just been terrible with it. Mm-hmm. Who do I have? Can you send me the list? I'll do it and get it.
I don't have the list. It's over there on my computer, which is like 9 feet away.
Just give it to me later today or something. Like I think I know who it is.
Later today, I'll be sleeping.
Oh yeah, because it's late where you are. Dawn, Jim Flippers. There's Biggs Collectibles. Yep. Of course, there's Paul's merch.
Whose merch?
Paul's merch. Paul'sMerch.com.
Paul'sMerch.com.
And then there's a J-Ride. All
right, let's get back to the podcast. If we didn't mention you, and you were Wealthy as a Kevin tier member, we are moderately sorry, and we pray that you'll forgive us. Please, please.
Remember, forgiveness is about you. It's not really an us problem.
Yeah. So, sports cards. So Carrie's into sports cards now. That was a revelation.
I really like them. I really like them. I'm really, really a big fan, guys. I don't want to de-emphasize how much I'm into them. I got to open this box later. It's the top.
Let's see. What did
Look
I
how
list today?
Beat
Did I
up it
list
is.
anything cool?
This is lucky in the sports card world when you find a box that looks like this, Dave.
Look at this. I've got a box as well. Whose box is better? Comment down below. Carrie's box.
Well, yours has ashes or recipes in it.
Recipes. It's
you
a
know who
recipe
this guy?
box. Yeah. Oop, this thing got unplugged again.
Do you know who this is?
What's the brand on this? Is Good Wood. It's Good Wood brand, Carrie. All right, Carrie's got a Topps Chrome. Which one's better? Comment down below. Carrie, is this though? MCM? Is that
would
LeBron
be
James?
MCM, yeah, that's like... That would be like... I would think that was made like in 1970. Or 68.
Cool. I can't see. You asked me who the guy was. I literally see nothing. You're like 14 feet away now. He keeps moving back and forth.
It's Victor Wembanyama. Remember his name. If you see anything Victor Wembanyama card-wise, and it's like $1.
I think I saw something basketball-y, like a basketball like tank top.
Yeah, he's holding a basket. Like. Yeah, it's called a jersey. Yeah.
Yeah. Tankini. He had his tankini on. That's all I saw.
His
but he was wearing a tankini.
Onesie on.
Dude, they should do that. They should have a game where they play in onesies.
There was a time like a decade ago where like sleeves on jerseys became a popular thing for basketball players. So
really?
They had sleeve. Yeah, it was really weird. They were like wearing T-shirts. It was odd.
Okay, wait. We got other comments.
Yeah, let's answer comments, man. This is a time. Whatever you want to know about Kevin, we're willing to divulge.
The question was, do we ever use any bulk listing tools? No, we don't. That's to answer the question from 35 minutes ago.
That was like 30 minutes ago. Yeah. No.
We don't do that. No.
But
we answered the second part about can people really resell full time? Yes. The answer is yes. And we didn't even give a good answer than that. We said keep your costs low. But yes, you can also make a ton of money. I was doing the math, or not even math. I just looked at the number. I've sold 80,000 gross this year on eBay, putting like 12 hours a week into eBay. So imagine if you were doing 40 hours. Yeah, imagine you're doing 40 to 60 hours a week on eBay. You could easily make 150K. Yeah, gross, guys, gross, not net. But I mean, maybe net if you're really good.
Yeah, the cost of the items, $95K.
That's
but
irrelevant.
The gross,
it's all profit, 80. Baby. It's all sunk cost. Dodgy
He's
Trouser
running at a solid negative.
Hey, isn't Dodgy Trouser a member at the Wealthiest of Kevin tier?
We're going to say he is.
Maybe not.
Yeah, 50, well, 50. I think
Thank you, Dodgy Trousers. Listen, here's the way we'll do it. We think you are, but if you're not, come on. We've already given you the credit. You probably should just upgrade,
I feel like
might as well.
We already gave you the benefits. You now have to post-pay them.
Dude, this is a good idea. We should, anyone whose name we say, we'll say like 10 a week. If we say your name, you have to upgrade to the Wealthiest of Kevin.
Okay. Resell to ride. Pay up.
Quickie Picker Chad? Or is he already one? I can't remember.
Yeah, the Buck Mountains Barn. Pay up.
Oh, yeah. It amazes me that people line up for 20 minutes at the post office to ship a package. As resellers, we know purchasing postage online is cheaper and allows us to bypass the line. What other reselling life hacks should non-resellers know? Well, I'll tell you this. I love the idea of sitting out front of the USPS with like a little table and some Wi-Fi and selling them labels for a little bit cheaper than USPS is. Just marking that crap up.
You're like Tom Green, like that sketch, like the Undercutters, where he would follow the pizza guy and offer the same pizza for less.
Yeah,
no, that's not a bad idea at all.
That'd be a fun little thing to do.
Well, I mean, do you think that's a felony? Shipping.
Is that a felony?
I don't think it's a felony.
If it's not illegal, we should 100% do it when you get here. We got to figure out if it's illegal.
Funny video. I don't think how is that illegal? Funny? I mean, I think they would definitely trespass us, and if we stayed,
what if we were just like we weren't on their property? We were like right across the road with like a big sign that said cheaper shipping here.
Yeah,
no line.
Yeah, no line.
Like, and you can wear a bikini and hold it up. And then when they get there, dude, then when they pull over, we just wash their car. In a thong. We just do that.
Exactly. Like we have no sponges. It's just a body wash. We're just body washing. Yeah, look.
Nothing to do with anything.
I would guarantee an 80. We just do the shipping thing. We guarantee 80 to 75% of their packages will make it, probably.
Yep.
And then we walk it over at the end of the day. And we just,
let's do it.
We of course search the packages to see if there's anything cool in them.
Oh, we were reading his question. Oh my gosh. What was his question?
Don't do that, guys. That is a felony. Don't do that.
Purchasing postage. Okay, so what other reselling hacks should non-resellers know? Well, I would say literally just going to yard sales. I mean, my daughter's friend was over today, and I was able to gift her some Bath and Body Works lotion, both my daughter and her friend, because I got 2 of them at a yard sale this weekend. 2 brand new things at Bath and Body Works, 25 cents a piece, so 50 cents for the set. And the 2 of them were so excited because, that's like in their brains $20 each. Like, hey, you guys want this lotion? Because it wasn't worth listing. It was only worth like $6 on eBay. And I was like, hey, look, I got you lotion. They were both very excited. So I just shopping at yard sales is a huge life hack.
I'm just thinking about my move and thinking of like a normal family moving to a new place. If they don't bring their furniture, they're going to whatever, IKEA. I mean, in Utah, it's RC Willey. I don't know what it is. Like the big furniture stores where you do payments on couches or whatever. You know those places, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand that world, but like that's what a lot of people do. When you could just go out to a thrift store or a garage sale and outside of getting a good mattress, really, you could furnish the rest of your house. Like me and Don are going to furnish our house with just whatever couches on the side of the road.
Yeah, I'm going to have fun helping you with that.
That's part of what we're thinking. So if everything works out with maybe this particular house, if it does, and we may have to fly out to sign some papers because we may not be able to make it in their timetable to pay everything. We might need to go there early to do that and then come when we can. We might want to furnish it, or at least start furnishing it while we're there, maybe if we're going to stick around. Well, listen,
I can find you quality furniture like the stuff I'm sitting in right here.
Dude, you know my expectations. As long as I have an upside-down tote to put my TV on, I'm good.
Do you want a wicker vanity? I've got one.
Exactly.
Not as much demand as I thought on those, but I've got one.
Dude, wicker was hot for a while, honestly, and it probably still is.
I feel like maybe it's on the decline because I bought some and we listed on Facebook. I'm not getting much action.
It's probably just you picked the wrong one.
Do you need a kneeboard? Brand new, sealed. I've got one. Kneeboard.
A sealed kneeboard? I prefer it to be used. I like just one that's been thoroughly rode.
All right. Well, John, have you ever kneeboarded? It's actually really fun.
I don't think I have. I don't know.
You should do it when you get here. Maybe I should keep it when you go kneeboarding.
Is 40 the time to start knee-based sports, really?
Listen, how many tater bins do you need? I have many tater bins. I've been buying them ever since Dawn left.
Yeah, I want one for the red potatoes and one for the russets. So, yeah, I need 2 at least. And an onion bin if you have it.
Russets are kind of garbage. Like,
well,
okay, let's talk about russets. I think that's for a minute. Russets are great for fries only. Maybe mashed
lightly.
Potatoes. Well, okay, so you got the fingerling. The fingerling potatoes, if you get some garlic and butter, they're going to, like, blow your socks off, right?
Yeah.
You've got the what are those, the Yukon Golds, right? The Yukon Golds?
Yeah.
Those are preferable when I'm doing, like, a hash brown. But the russet, I do think, are pretty good for mashed potatoes, baked potatoes. So they're not really bad. I just
don't want, like, the green stuff. I don't want the stuff that's going to make me botulized. I don't want any botulism.
What about the ones that have, like, the little stuff growing off them? Like the little eyes that, like, all of a sudden start growing because they've been in your tater bin a little too long?
That's the ones you got to get rid of, right? Because those are now
Have you ever seen...
poison.
Well, you can cut that crap off. It's still fine. I mean... Yeah, have you ever seen Zombievers? The movie? Zombievers?
Oh, is it the zombie-based beaver movie that I've been hearing all about?
Yes, it is.
No, I haven't. It's on the list, though. It's on my IMDb list. Or is this a porn?
Okay, so
are we talking about different stuff?
I don't know. Okay, so we answered your question, Dodgy Trousers. Porky Picker Chad, do you guys... We've just decided we've answered it. Just deal with it. Do you guys think that all of the 1 foot flipper videos are nonsense? Yes, we do. Yes. Yep.
Yes.
That's the opinion of the podcast. Complete nonsense.
All 3 of
Paige,
us. We
do better. Do better.
Yeah, Paige. Look, Paige, make videos, just not nonsense videos.
Just not nonsense. It's too much
it's
nonsense.
What Kevin has told us, and we also agree with what Kevin said.
Whatever Kevin tells us, we agree with. Yes,
allegedly.
Superhero Headquarters is in the hizzy. And he's
welcome to the hizzy. Welcome.
If you could only watch 3, not counting any from the 3 of you, which 3 reseller YouTube channels would you? I like this. Would you watch and why? Can't be us 3. So it's got to be reselling content. Which 3 do you watch, Carrie?
Can I do sports card ones because they're resellers? Or you want me? I'll do eBay resellers for everybody else.
Yeah, none of that.
First off, whatever great reselling life, I want to know what's going on in the old dirty cap and CD market at all times. So number one.
Wait. Great. Is it boring reseller life?
He changed it to the great reselling life. I actually don't listen much to his channel anymore. Honestly, what do I listen to that I would not want to know? Gosh, I don't even know.
It doesn't have to be one you listen to. It's just the one you'd watch.
It doesn't have to be one you listen to. It's just the one you'd
Ooh,
watch.
echo.
1 sec. Sorry. You answer.
Ooh, echo.
I can't because it echoes heavy.
You there?
I can't because it echoes heavy.
Crap.
He said crap. That's very inappropriate. He muted himself now. All right, I'll answer while he's muted. Okay, so what 3 reselling
I'm back.
channels?
I'm back. You shut up.
Okay.
Let me talk.
The 3... Oh, okay. Sorry, go.
I'm just messing with you, dude. I would, for real, Reseller Locker Room podcast, because I need to know. I need to know.
Okay.
Then number two would be, gosh, what's one that I really do, like, non-ironically enjoy? That's a good question. And it can't be you two. Picking and punching, because sometimes I like a little violence mixed into my picking. And then,
dude, no, you can't pick Rod.
Oh, I can't pick Rod, but
I'm
my
not
Rod.
allowing it. He's my Rod. First of all, easy with that.
Can he be
but
our
he's
Rod?
just no. Listen, everyone should already be watching Rod. Why don't we use this as a chance to expose some smaller YouTubers? Wouldn't that be an altruistic moment of ours?
Well, can I just look on YouTube because I don't have everybody memorized.
You can, but everyone's gonna be like, dude, I'm having a bit of a brain fart. I believe it's RFTK. Is that what it is? Running for the King.
Oh, Running for the King's good.
Isn't that
I wouldn't
his name
choose him. Yeah, Running for the King.
No,
I would
good.
definitely. I would personally no, but yes, he's one. I'm just kidding. He's great.
No, he is. He's legit good, and he's a little underappreciated. He has only 1.7K subs, but his videos. I watched one of his videos like a year and a half ago. I said, dude, these videos are great. Like I wouldn't even change anything. They're just great. So I would watch Running for the King. Dave's Destinations. Does that count? No.
Not J-Ride. Not J-Ride.
No. Super boring. Don't watch him.
Gosh, I'm trying to think, because all my people, I literally mostly watch sports card YouTubers at this point. I'm not.
Yeah, but you've watched a lot of. Okay, Heck and Steve. Heck and Steve.
Yeah, Heck and Steve. Heck and Steve. Heck and Steve.
No, Heck
I
and
would
Steve
watch,
does not
though.
count. Heck and Steve does not count.
I'm trying to think of a smaller.
The one that
what's rolled out all
She's
the
not
bubble
small.
mailer.
What's that?
Who are you gonna take?
Oh, I was gonna say I would probably watch Mel.
Yeah, Mel. Yeah,
Mel. Yeah,
Mel
is
Back
what's
from
her name
Burnout?
on YouTube? Back from Burnout.
Back from Burnout. I was trying to remember Back from Burnout. Yeah,
she's been making a lot of
Mel.
good videos lately.
Aussie Flipper.
Yeah. Well, yeah. He hates you now, so I try not.
Does
to.
he hate me now? Really?
CVA Thrifts? No. He
No.
doesn't hate you at all.
If I wanted to watch a bad ADHD
bad
video, I would just watch your video. We should just roast everybody. Look, if I was in a room and Philly Flipper's videos came on, I wouldn't be in that room anymore. I would leave.
Holy crap! Pro Picker still gets lots
just
of
kidding.
views.
He's
Look
great.
at that.
Yeah, it's the saturation.
He's getting crazy views.
Just kidding,
Oh my
Paul.
gosh,
By the way.
Pro Picker.
It's a joke.
His name's not Paul.
No, I was making fun of Paul, but I know.
Okay. I thought you just called Pro Picker Paul. Oh, Rebel Reseller. Rebel Reseller.
What happened
She's
to
all
Primetime?
plush.
I like Dom. I haven't watched Dom's Primetime
Yeah.
Treasure Hunter stuff in a long time, but Dom's awesome.
Yeah,
legitimately.
Yeah.
I like.
Tesla at
What's
Home Mom?
another one? What's another one that's?
I'm just reading the people that are suggested at this point.
God, there's a lot of them
Reselling.
too. Justin
Zach
Resells.
I saw the
if you wanna watch
Reselling
him.
Brothers. I saw the Reselling Brothers recently. Have you ever seen
Yeah,
them?
they
I've
just
never
go
watched
on
their
and be
stuff.
like, "Here's how you sell $60 million in T-shirts in 4 days." I'm assuming, allegedly.
Are they bros?
That's the vibe I get. They're brothers, and it's just like the whole thing's like, "Hey, you should sell this stuff," and it's all like, "Yeah, I know."
Here we
Why
go.
are you making
Lady
a video
Mary
about
Beth. Lady Mary Beth.
Allegedly.
Let's watch her.
Allegedly.
Never seen her, but that's okay. We're done with this question. Okay, we don't have a good answer for you because we suck. I guess that's the best I can say.
Look,
right?
you guys should watch the videos that inspire you, or that make you, or that you'd enjoy to hate watch, like Dave's videos.
Yeah. Oh, here, Wolfman's Goodies. Wolfman's Goodies. Let's shout him out.
Yeah,
he makes
does
daily videos.
He makes daily videos. I watched one of his videos.
He made a questionable choice recently where he went on the locker room. But, Oh, okay. Clickbait. No, not clickbait. That one's all right.
No.
The other one I like. The Jimmy one. His thing got unplugged again. I can't remember. Oh, the leftovers. Dan and Demand. Anything with Dan and Demand.
Anything. Dan and Demand. First off, guys, if you don't know who Dan and Demand
watch
is,
Dan and
he
Demand.
is like the chosen. He's the baby Yoda of reselling. He's just like the chosen one. He's the Mandalorian guy. He's the, what is it, Grogu? the Grogu of reselling. He's a gift. No, Dan is funny. His stories are awesome. He has an interesting insight into reselling, and that podcast is actually really good. It's upsetting how good it is, and I wish they would stop it.
So, trash account. Okay, so we got a comment. Oh my gosh, they made it. Okay, so they made a logo. I don't know. Can you see? I don't think you can see it. It's going to be too fuzzy or whatever, right? Can you see that?
You zoom in a little.
How can I zoom in?
Send it to me. Can you not? Can you take a picture and send it?
Not easily. I'll send it to you later. But basically, we got a comment from Dave Soiled Undies, and they made a logo. A logo for Dave Soiled Undies. The problem is I don't wear tighty whities, Dave Soiled Undies. So, and then the name Dave Soiled Undies, it says, still trapped in the train bathroom. Each day I get more crustified. I'm terrified until the day I get motivation to break free. So you're gonna have to motivate Dave Soiled Undies to get out of that bathroom, Carrie. That's one of your jobs.
Oh, is
tonight.
he it? Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Okay. But he said, Dave, are you ever gonna come get me from the train? That was his comment today.
I know, dude. We don't talk about the abandonment of that. That was like one of your nicer pairs of underwear. That was one of your airport underwears.
Saks,
that you loved so
SAXX,
much.
guys, look them up. They're very nice underpants. Listen,
those are ones that just nuzzle the undercarriage in a way that is comforting and also exciting.
They keep you tight. They keep you tight, guys. If you have not yet subscribed either to the YouTube, you can become a trash bag on YouTube. It's like, I don't know, $10 a month or something.
Oh, where are you talking membership or subscribe?
Yeah, membership.
Like
the membership, the paid membership. The subscribe, you should do that too. Come on, it's ridiculous if you're not subscribed at this point.
But if you're going to subscribe, why not just give us money too? Also give us money though, right?
Secret episodes.
The secret episodes are
oh my
worth
gosh,
it.
his microphone is unplugging a lot, and
now it's. I got a new cord, and I touched it once, and it died again. So I don't know what's going on. It's probably my mic. I got to get a new mic. If only I sold a Caitlin Clark card.
Dude, you don't need to get a new mic. When you're here, we're gonna take care of it. You're gonna be right next to me. It'll be all Gucci fam. Are you doing a Michael Jackson thing? What were we talking about?
We were talking about your soiled undies. There was like a log, right?
No,
you
I was
just
telling
left a whole
people to
complete log
subscribe
on it, right?
either to Patreon or to the YouTube channel so they can watch the 14 secret episodes. One of them even has tech and sports on it.
That was our whole selling point we were talking about when we did this, is like build up enough secret episodes. So if somebody did pay the $5 for Patreon, they were going to get 14 hours of additional, at this point 14, and it's only going to get more because me and Dave have nothing but time, and we're not going to be reselling with our free time. So we're going to just talk at a camera and hope you listen. So
I like to check the
Kevin's
held for review
occasionally.
I like to check the held for review comments from time to time, Carrie, on Trash to Cash.
Oh, yeah, let's do that.
And I like this one from the last episode because Kevin's not here to argue with me. You could care less. Fleabit says, my go-to tape is absolute garbage. Tape a package, come back 2 minutes later, and strips of it are completely unstuck. Yes, this is what I've been saying. Allegedly, allegedly, in my opinion, it's the only tape I've ever bought that unsticks itself almost immediately. And it could be the Florida humidity, but it don't work here. It just don't work here. That's all. It's
so it's not rough. your go-to tape. Allegedly, I said it twice.
Allegedly, I'm still using Herca off Amazon, which is cheaper anyways. That's what
allegedly. Yes, that's what
allegedly.
the allegation.
I don't think I'll ever get a sponsorship from the company that sells that tape, but that's okay. Yeah, I'm okay with it. Nice guy.
We're not Kevin. We're not
Kevin.
We're not Kevin. Allegedly, just taking any sponsorship.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest about
allegedly.
Product reviews. I like the bubble wrap. I do like the bubble wrap. I still use it all the time. Great bubble wrap, but it's just not my go-to
bubble wrap. Mm-hmm. Allegedly,
it's almost my go-to bubble wrap. I actually prefer Sam's, but it's number 2, which is pretty.
I like to hand make my bubble wrap.
Dude, you know what? My mom dropped off
I
a
ordered
bunch of
a kiln and I made it myself.
I don't think that's how it works. You know that green bubble wrap that like it's one continuous bubble, but it's got like, it's a fancy kind of bubble.
Like an air pocket?
My mom brought me some of that. Yeah, it's like air pockets, and it's really nice. She got a bunch in some packages she got, and I've been using it. It's quite incredible, actually.
I love how air, you could breathe it, but you can also secure fragile items with it if you use it appropriately.
Air is powerful. 29 views on the latest secret podcast, by the way.
That's how do you think that's 3 people watching it 21 times each, right?
Times.
Is that correct?
I don't know. We got to comment on it. Guys, listen. I'm not trying to like pimp out the secret episodes or anything, but the reason I talk about it a lot is because many of them are like this. So if you're here, how many? I can't see the timer. What are we at?
We're at like almost 2 hours.
Are we? What's it really say?
It says an hour 54.
Yeah. So if you're here, clearly you're enjoying it, and I can tell you that this is what the secret episodes are. Is it really
based on our
we might as well try to hit 2 hours at this point. Let's do 2 hours.
Based on our analytics of the 100% of people who start watching the podcast, by the end there is
it's like 7 people.
1/10 of 1%. So for
like
the
7 people.
For the 2 people watching, Mom, thank you as always, and also
hi Mom, you're radiant as ever. Wait, is that what I call it?
Dave, who watches every episode front to back out of respect.
Actually, Kevin does. I do not. Kevin literally watches.
Kevin does just, and he just has like
for the secrets.
Yeah, Kevin will just tally how many times his name is mentioned. He'll just tally.
He likes his own voice a lot.
He does.
He likes his own
Nobody
voice.
loves Kevin. Gosh, we need a shirt that just says "Love yourself like Kevin loves himself." Because Kevin loves him some Kevin, like loves him.
Yeah, that's true.
He spent a lot of time alone with him.
What is next for you? What is your next channel?
Gosh,
do you have another channel coming?
I could see. Well, first off, when we get out to Florida, Dawn is actually going to really start doing Lady Arbitrage long form content. She's super excited about it. She's finally going to get into that. So I'm going to help her with that. I kind of wouldn't be against doing the whole arbitrages thing where it's kind of like a flipper lifestyle thing, but with just me and Dawn, and it's less about reselling. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if there's a demand for that. I mean, there's probably a couple thousand.
There's
people
definitely
who
a
would watch
demand
it.
for Dawn picker content. There's
no doubt. Like Dawn, if Dawn like even just edited half as good as me, or if I edited for her, she would be more popular than she already is more popular than me in the respectable picking world. In the card world, I'm a god, but in the picking world,
is she making that TikTok scratch?
That's a joke.
Is she making the TikTok scratch?
She. It's off and on. She's starting. She made
is
a
she
little
reposting?
this month. Not like,
she's not been consistent with making long.
She literally started reposting after like hearing you and Kevin brag for like the last 2 or 3 weeks. So she's been doing it for like a week. Again.
Excellent. Yeah, excellent.
And she's actually been making. Off? She made a fresh video I think today, so she's actually getting back into it. Like I said last week, one day I was asleep, like I am at 10 in the morning, and she was at the thrift store.
It's so hard because Carrie is just so bad. It's going to be nice to be able to drive over to his house and be like, bro, respond to me.
Yeah. No, I think, honestly, I'll
look
probably
forward to that lack of boundaries.
Yeah, no, you're just going to be walking in, and, dude, I just want you to know.
Especially if you're my mom's neighbor.
Yeah, at my house, I'm full nude all the time. So just be ready for that. It's not going to be, you're not going to see anything unless you have glasses on, but it's going to be full nude all the time.
Super zoom, bifocal type glasses. Yes, indeed.
Exactly.
Indeed.
You're going to have to get like one of those really fancy lenses to capture any of it.
Carrie,
but
I don't know if I finished telling you this, but I was so excited that I found a new Mountain Dew Zero, like exciting flavor that I bought all of them.
You didn't like it. Oh,
I bought all of them.
You didn't.
They were like $3 a piece. I thought I might love it. I thought it might be amazing. So now I've got 3 more of these. I got
resell
3 more,
the other ones on Whatnot or on Dip.
Oh, I wonder if they sell. Hold on, let me look on eBay.com. Is that the site eBay.com?
eBay. It's eBay.net now. They've changed it.
Okay, so it's Mountain Dew Voodoo Zero, 20 ounce. Is that what these are? 20 ounce.
Sure.
Well, how come shrinkflation hasn't hit the 20 ounce bottle?
Maybe it has, and they're just not telling us the truth.
Yo, check this out. Hold on. Stand by. Carrie, stand by. Someone sold one for $35. $35. One bottle. One bottle for $35. Let me see the actives.
The Coca-Cola stuff, the Oreo stuff's a bolo too, because 2 of these mini cans went for $12 plus shipping. And then the 20 ouncers went for more. And I saw the 20 ouncers, I swear, at my local gas station just a second ago.
Someone has this listed for $15 plus 13 shipping. And then
$12.
all the other listings are $35, Carrie.
Dude, I think you might have stumbled
Bolos.
upon your best.
How do you ship these?
With mail? Like,
is there any sort of liquid rules? Like, you can't.
You
Bring
might
a bunch
have
of
to.
liquid on an
You might have to do
Ground?
ground. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. You might.
Bolo alert soda. I'm gonna list
Guys,
the other two. I'm not gonna
look,
return them. I'm gonna
we're
list
1
them.
hour, almost 59 minutes in, and you guys got maybe one of the most profitable bolos we've ever discussed here. This is for the real people, guys. If you are
Now I'm
here,
screwed. Carrie's never sending me that Coke.
Yeah, listen, guys. If you're here, this is the time where we give. Here's a couple other bolos, guys. Slinkies. Slinkies new in the box. If you get them for $1, you can sell them for $3 to $6 a piece.
Harmonicas.
Harmonicas. Look at that, dude.
Harmonicas,
We got
$3
John
plus
Popper
shipping.
from Blues Travelers joining us. Look at that, guys.
That's right.
That's going to have cooking daddies.
Spectacles with other people's
Testicles,
prescription. Big money
wallets
here.
and watches.
What is the prescription? I don't know. But you can find out if
when you
buy
pulled it out, like your eyes were all jacked up. Look, guys.
They're really it's a strong prescription. Check it out.
Is that your wife's?
Hello? What? No, I don't know.
Yeah,
They're on my eBay store. They're on my eBay store.
Oh, did you watch one too many J-Ride videos and you just bought it?
Dude, they say Harley Davidson. They're Harley.
Oh, look at that.
That's why I bought
think
them.
if you walk,
Harley, they were like $2.
If you walk into like a Twin Peaks with those on, you'll get immediate respect. They'll think you're a biker
Dude, do you
guy.
know, I was watching Dexter, and they're eating at this restaurant that is like a Twin Peaks, but topless.
Yeah. Ooh.
I didn't think that was
what's
a
it called?
thing.
I'm going to put it in my notes. What's it called?
I don't know what it's called. I don't know what it's called. But apparently, I asked ChatGPT, I said, is that really a thing? Like a restaurant where they just are completely topless? Apparently
So you got like interested because you like trying different restaurants.
I'm a foodie. But no, specifically, and this is the crazy part, in Miami, which is where Dexter is filmed. So it was like accurate to the locale. It's a Miami
and
thing.
you're willing to travel 4 to 5 hours for a unique culinary experience.
for bar food, yeah.
For bar food. Yeah, you're going for the food. You're staying for the environment.
All right, so what does Kerry have to buy with his riches? Daytona 500 tickets for me and him. Jaguar tickets for me and him.
We're getting
Orlando Magic tickets for me and him.
Yeah, we're getting floor seats. Just so you could be like, who's that? Does he play basketball? I'm like, he has the ball. He plays basketball, Dave.
Is that Kobe? Which one? Wait, no, Kobe died, right?
Kobe.
Sorry.
Yeah,
peace,
that's going to offend a lot of people if you start doing that at the basketball games.
Yeah, I probably won't do that. Okay, so with the other
Don't say,
guy,
is that Kobe?
LeBron.
We will get escorted out. Yeah.
He was on the same team, LeBron? Or a different team?
LeBron later played on the same team as Kobe, but they weren't teammates
That's what I'm saying.
together. They play on this.
The Lakers.
Yeah, he's a Laker. Yeah.
They're all Lakers.
You're right.
Everyone's a
Yes,
Laker.
at one time.
I feel like all the
At
most
one
famous basketball players are Lakers. Is that true?
Except for the ones that weren't. Yes, all of them except for the ones that weren't.
Currently, like Stephen Curry, he's a Laker.
Yeah, he's on the Golden State Warriors, but close. Yes, he's on the northern part of California.
Mm-hmm.
And his
but he
name's
used to be a
Stephen
Laker.
Curry, yeah.
He used to be a Laker.
At no point in time was
he will be a Laker. I guarantee it. By the time he retires.
that is a debate. That is something we can discuss if you want to get into future trade talks in basketball. I'm down.
Let's not. Let's just not.
No, it'd be great because you have no knowledge about it. I could just make teams up, make salaries up. It'd be awesome.
Well, as long as you stick to the NBA Jam zone, like Barkley, Muggsy Bogues, anyone from NBA Jam 98.
My real goal with my money is to use. I want to use as little of it as possible, except for moving expenses right now. So to get out of here, there's money to have to get out of our apartment, and then get there, get our place, and then I'll worry about maybe a new car, or the courtside tickets to the Magic or something.
Have you considered getting yelled at by Caleb Hammer? I think if you were able to get yelled at,
I really watched like a 6-minute Caleb Hammer TikTok today when I woke up. He was like, there was this girl,
aren't they?
Yeah, they are really actually quite good. It was like it was a lady who was basically a Gen Z kid, and like was complaining about like she couldn't pay her bills, but she was working 12 hours a week at like $12 an hour or something, and it was just like expecting to get a better. Basically, me as a 20-something, like, why did I graduate from college and not immediately get hired by some Fortune 500 company?
Yes.
Oh, because I never kept a job and I didn't take anything serious and I was late to everything. Oh, I didn't realize that would happen. At 27, I didn't realize that was going to happen. So like, it's interesting. It's nice watching 20-somethings get told
a lot of it is
20-something. We all had to go through that though, dude. You did it a little different. Like you were 21 and it's like, hey, you're an adult now. I was 30, and it was like Dawn saved me from my mom's house.
I think I had my first kid at 23. So
yeah, dude.
I started young.
That is
but
way
see, there's a
young,
benefit to that because you finish young, you know?
Yeah.
By the time they move out, I'll still be in my 40s, you know?
Yeah, you'll be doing
pretty cool.
You'll be like the old guy doing karate to try to stay young. You'll be like, "Hey guys, I'm a black belt in jiu-jitsu or something," and you'll just break boards and stuff in the garage.
I'll do capoeira,
until you're
bro.
70.
Capoeira.
Dude, that's what we should do. When I move out there, we should get into karate. We're both going to be 40 at that time, and we should just go all in on the midlife crisis thing. Let's get into karate.
Ferraris.
Let's learn how to defend ourselves and our loved ones. I think that's what
I've been thinking about starting to wear like a bandana. Like that's just something I've been thinking about a lot.
But like if you are in a gi, if you're already in a gi, it doesn't look weird to wear a bandana.
But I don't want to wear it I don't want to wear it like over the head. I want to wear it just like that. Just like
exactly.
Yeah.
But we'll be karate we'll have a gi on. So like of course every time you have that outfit you're at a karate place, occasionally you just slowly start going, after karate, let's go to Chili's, and you just don't change out of it. And then slowly it becomes your daily
I'm not even
daily outfit.
like on board with the karate thing at all. I literally have been thinking about wearing one. Just because I sweat so much on my forehead that it gets in my eyes and it burns because the sweat's getting in my eyes. And I think there's a utilitarian purpose in them to keep the sweat from your eyes. I'm not necessarily down with the karate thing. Like maybe Peloton.
Like
Can we Peloton?
Could.
It's lower impact on our joints.
It's true, but like, could we like aggressively do it though? Could we do it so that it feels
like Peloton, like yelling, Yellaton?
Yeah, can we?
Dude, what if we start our own class, a Trash to Cash Yellaton group?
Yeah, when we get out there, we'll both get headbands and we'll just do
Pelotons.
bobas on the regular and Pelotons.
Boba boys.
It's just gonna be a different world that we're gonna be in, and it's gonna be
the Boba
right
boys on the Pelotons. We're gonna wear super short shorts. We're gonna have bandanas.
Dude, yeah. If
those tank tops that like only show your nipples as a guy, like your nipples are out.
Yeah, just like the so cut in, like just like one string of cloth down to the navel.
So we're just gonna do our own Peloton class, guys. If you would join our Peloton class, comment down below with the word Peloton, and I want to really confuse Kevin. Like, what's with all the Peloton comments? He's got to get 2 hours in. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
We should have him comment something about Kevin so that Kevin has to watch and then he'll have to watch till 2:07.
Okay, what could it be?
What should we do though? It's got to be something that's going to trigger Kevin though.
Yeah. So no, I
Kevin
think
is
what
the
you
worst
said about
reseller.
No, it can't be that because he has to have some question marks. So it's got to be like, I think what you said about Kevin is true, right? So there's some vagary there, right?
You're right.
So comment down below.
And make it your own, like you were right about Kevin. I 100% agree. Like say in your own way, but everybody like make him wonder, and then he'll have to get to 2:06, almost 2:07 in the podcast to find out that it was all a joke.
Like, okay, here's a good one.
Really, what is up with them?
I never realized that about Kevin until you just pointed it out. Right? That's a good one.
Yes. But don't like say it in your own way so it seems authentic.
Yeah.
Maybe even couch it into some other comment. But we want
based
Kevin
on how many people are
comments.
Probably listening, we're gonna get at least 7 comments like that. It's gonna be good.
I think we're gonna get 7.
7 of you. You're the real people. I bet it's
guys.
Shane.
You're the real people,
Shane,
and we're
listen.
Shane. We're depending on you at this point.
Mike, we know you're listening still. Shane,
Mike,
Wolfman, you're the people. You're our people. Come on, go in there. I know freaking Rocky Top's not listening. He ain't listening. Yeah. But if he was,
American Arbitrage's secret lover, you're probably still
whatever
listening.
happened to American Arbitrage's secret lover?
I don't know.
Him.
I don't know. They stopped.
Paige is probably listening. Paige.
You
was
Paige.
Okay, so what did we learn today? We learned sell Mountain Dew. Tina just landed in Jacksonville. That was a short flight.
We literally
talked
was
through the whole flight. Yeah, crazy. Okay. And Elijah went to homecoming this weekend.
Ooh. Yeah. I remember homecoming where I went and then I found out my girlfriend was at homecoming with a different person. That was very upsetting to me.
What was your like baller moment in dating? Like, did you ever have a moment where like everyone was just like, "Whoa, like he's a baller," or anything like that? Like, is it because I can think of one for me? Like everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, Carrie's dating her." Was there like one of those moments, or like?
I'm sure people were surprised I was dating Dawn. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people.
I'm talking like high school age.
High school, not really that I can think of. I mean, I dated a few girls, but like it was never
not like a Carrie soaked with so and so or anything like that.
There was none of that. I was a good boy. There was no soaking or super soaking, none of that.
Dude,
you don't even want to know what a super soak is, by the way.
I was a very good boy too, but I got fed up when I was like 16. And I just wanted to kiss a girl. I was about to turn 16. I had never kissed a girl, and I just really wanted to kiss a girl. And there was this girl that was like a senior, right? I was a freshman or a sophomore at that time, probably a sophomore. This senior was like known to be a little bit friendly, and she was a friend of mine. And I told her, I said, and she asked me what I want for my birthday, and I said, I want to kiss a girl. That's what I want to do for my 16th birthday. And so I drove her home sometimes. So she asked me to drive her home on my birthday. And then when I dropped her off, she kissed me. And that was my first kiss. So she was a smoker. It tasted pretty bad. She then offered to do much more, and I left because I was scared. Bye.
I'm done. I'm out.
That was the end of that relationship. But yeah, it was. That was.
It was like a car ride length relationship, though. You guys went through the whole process.
Yeah. Well, no, we ended up kissing a few more times over the next week, but that was about the end of that because.
Well, congratulations, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah, but that wasn't the baller moment. The baller moment was when I was on a hayride at like a Halloween thing, and I met this girl and her sister. They were twins, identical twins. And I don't know, the hayride happened, and I was sitting between them, and by the end of the hayride, I was like arm around both of them, holding both their hands. And I was like, I don't know what I just did, but I was like pretty proud of that.
Yeah, man, that's awesome, dude. Congratulations, that's pretty good.
And they both. It turned out they both liked me.
I remember I had a crush on a girl. It was second grade. Her name was Christina. Like Aguilera,
Applegate?
I don't remember. It was something like that. But I was sitting on remember those like jungle gyms that were like trapezoids? They were like half of a circle, and they were just all metal.
Yeah, my cousin has one behind her house. Yeah.
Yeah, like one of those. So I was just chilling, as I would, just staring off into the distance by myself or something. And then she and another girl who I think I also liked at the time, they both came up and they were like, it was like they were gonna kiss me, like I think it was a joke, right? So
how old were you?
Both were coming up. I was like 7 or 8, and they were like, "Oh, nice. What kind of kiss you, Carrie?" And they were coming in for the kiss, and I freaked out and fell off the jungle gym thing and hurt myself because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to handle that situation. It was a little too much.
So did you end up kissing one or no?
No. My first kiss was like 15, so I was about your age. So
years ago,
give or take. Yeah,
15 years ago.
Yeah, 15. No, yeah, 15. I was 15. So I had my best friend who I've talked a little bit about, like, that passed away.
My friend yelled at me for kissing that girl, by the way. He's like, "You don't even love her." And he was also 16 and prude as me. And I was like, "Yeah, but dude, I just wanted to kiss a girl." He's like, "Dude, I can't believe you did that. You're like a man."
Yeah, my buddy basically set up mine, just to help a brother out kind of thing, like kiss her.
Oh, he set it up. Okay. See, my friend wasn't like aiding and abetting the kiss. Mine was against it, thoroughly against it. I think he was just jealous because he hadn't had a kiss yet either, and he was 16. And so I think he was just like
16's a tough. Yeah, that's like a time where you just have. It hopefully is a nice, sweet moment. Like that's what it should be. So.
It was. She was a smoker. It tasted pretty bad, and she used a lot of tongue.
I feel like smoking. Ring. Oh, there you go.
That's your first kiss. A smoker with a tongue ring. That's a weird first kiss.
It is like See, like, I feel like there's more smoking back in the 90s than there is now. Because, like, I remember being in junior high. Like,
well, now they're all vaping.
I was in junior high in the 90s, and I was just dabbling in the thought that I might want to start smoking, as you do. So, I don't know how this worked.
I didn't dabble in that one.
Yeah, I went through that stage. So, across the street, literally from my junior high, was just this random house that I found out as I was being introduced to the smoking world, was just a bunch of kids in between periods smoking. So I went over there, and every single person was like, "Don't smoke," like, "Don't do it." Like everybody was like, "Don't do it, man. Okay. Don't smoke. It's not cool. It's terrible." Yeah, it was like the worst. Like, I thought they were gonna all like invite me in. Like,
find out now that this was actually no. This whole thing was set up by Carrie's mom. Those were all paid actors. They were all paid actors.
I think I took like a smoke there, and but I didn't inhale it, so I didn't taste anything.
Oh, look at
you,
nothing. A smoker.
It was very 90s.
All the secrets are coming out.
I didn't even inhale, so no. But
were you wearing a Blink-182 shirt?
I'm sure I was, man. So anyway, it went on to where we got a hold of a pack of cigarettes weeks later, and I went. So we lived in this area that had a gully, like a little wooded area behind our house. So me and my buddy went to the gully to smoke a J.
Fern
but
Gully?
It was a cigarette. Yeah, it's kind of like Fern Gully. So I went to smoke with my buddy, and I took one actual inhale, and that's when I realized, I didn't do it right the first time, and I took it, and it was terrible. And I went and took a shower and just spit for like 5 hours because it was disgusting. I never touched a cigarette again.
Did you get caught? Did you get in trouble?
I think I told my mother. That's the kind of kid I was. I went and smoked pot for the first time, went home, told my mom and asked her to take me to the hospital. So that's me. I was a very honest, open kid and a goody two-shoes in general.
Well, if there's nothing else that's been confirmed in this show, it's that Carrie and I are a bunch of squares. And it's good. We don't include Kevin in these episodes because he has the
Kevin
clean,
actually isn't...
but he's
actually
a monster.
Is the yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He's always telling us how he used to be out by the dumpster and he was just, allegedly smoking a J, as the kids would say. Just like he was the guy with the long hair. He'd be like,
"Don't do drugs, kids.
Don't do drugs. You'll end up like Kevin."
If you're still listening, don't do them.
Guys,
we like to get our positive message at the end when no one's listening. There,
DARE, guys, DARE. What does DARE stand for? Drugs Against Rebellious Elitists.
Really... Listen, Carrie, we just gotta lock this thing down. I want by the next episode.
2:15, by the way, dude.
I don't care. By the next episode, I'm waiting for Tina to get home, bro. Whatever. By the next episode, I want you to have a plan, a move-in date, an apartment locked in. You've got 1 week to lock it all in so we can get Halloween Horror Night tickets for you.
Dude, see, that's the next step is like, I don't know if we're going to get out of here till the end of October. Like, I think the earliest we will be there, even if we have a place already lined up and paid for, will be like the 23rd or 4th, which we could still get for that, right?
Yeah, potentially. We should. It goes to like November 5th, I think.
We might have to do like November.
Do it at the end.
Here's one thing. There's a big card show. If I'm in town, is it in Orlando, the Fright Night thing or whatever?
Yes.
Because there is a Fanatics Fest the 1st through 3rd of November that I might be going to if I'm in town too, so we might want to coordinate that. Maybe you want to come to the show with me or something. I know Rod wants
maybe
to
for the last day. I don't want to do 3 days.
Like the last. Well, no, just do the.
Yeah.
No, I know you don't want to do. I just thought you might want to go to one day, just to hang out with your friends.
Yeah, one day.
If you don't want to spend time.
No, I'll go the last day, and then the next day we go to Halloween Horror Nights.
That's what I'm saying.
You
like
do the first 2 days without me. Yeah.
It might be fun.
No,
it might suck.
So the other thing, one of the priorities when you move here is you got to get your Florida ID. So you can get your annual pass to Disney, so we can go to Disney.
So I could get it right as soon as I have my place, right? Like, it's that simple.
You need an address,
to get mail?
You probably you might need to get mail, but I could send you a letter. But no, it has to probably be a utility. I don't know. We'll have to look into it. But once you have that, I mean, I think it's like $3.99 for the year, for the first year for the pass. And it's like $30 a month. But then the second year it goes down to
the beautiful thing about, like, you were explaining to me too, is like all of the blackout day stuff is irrelevant for people who don't have real jobs. Like, I'll go on a random Tuesday in September.
Yeah, blackout dates. The reason they're blackout dates is because they're the most popular days, which are the days you don't want to be there. Because they're the longest line.
But and it's harder for most people to go on a random Wednesday in October, whereas like if you live there and you have a pass.
Yeah, right now the lines are like empty. Yeah, so like with the blackout dates, if you get the cheapest pass, you can't go on weekends. Again, you don't want to go on weekends. That's when everyone's off. And then you can't go during the week of Christmas, the week after Christmas, probably the week of a lot of 3-day weekends you can't go, like Labor Day, Memorial Day, that sort of stuff. But again, you don't want to be there on those days. It's terrible. So
I'm looking forward to, like, I was talking to Tech about this because I was on Tech's podcast. I think that comes out sometime this week.
Humble brag.
Well, me and Tech are very good friends
Best
right
friends,
now.
I get it.
I don't feel like he's as close to you. I
agree.
And you're near him.
It's hurtful.
You're near him, and we're far away, but there's a connection.
Well, we're near at heart.
Tech is probably listening at this point, so go ahead and do we've asked you to write several things. One was a eggplant emoji. That was earlier.
Yeah, that's only for Tech and them.
That was only...
And a peach.
That would I would be tripping out if he did that. That would be funny.
Eggplant and peach, and that's just all he writes.
He has a real serious business, so don't do that, Tech. For your own sake.
You were saying something about Tech, and you were talking to him.
No, but like we were talking about like he likes the energy of going there and hanging out, and people watching a little bit. Like, he said Tech was saying how he's not as much of a ride person either. I will at Disneyland. I'll be a ride person because I don't think there's
rides,
any. I don't think there's any ride I'll care about. Whereas like Universal, I'll probably.
I might do the.
I can, but I might do it once if it's the right day. But
the two rides I don't think you'd like. One is Tron, and it pushes on your stomach, and I know you have a stomach issue that would probably get hurt, so it might not be safe. I mean, your doctor said you were fine, but it would maybe be. We like to talk medical issues on the show.
I know. I don't want to go on the Minion. Yeah, they probably know, but I don't want to go on the Minion one because that one sucked. I'd have to lose weight.
No. Tron is like one that like pushes you down into a motorbike and it like squeezes you from both sides and like pushes your stomach into the chair.
Yeah, I don't want.
It's a great ride, but I think it would be very uncomfortable for if you're having any stomach pain from your what's it called? Tapeworm.
Enlarged penis?
Tapeworm. Yeah, your tapeworm would be bothered. And then the other one that you probably wouldn't ride is Rock and Roller Coaster. It's very fast, 0 to 60 in like 2 seconds. And it's, maybe a little scary for you. A little bit scary.
Yeah, I've gotten more scared as I've gotten older of roller coasters.
The rest of them, though, I think you could handle. Pretty much the rest of them. And dude, you're going to go.
Almost everything else.
I'm looking, guys, make sure you follow Wandering with Dave because I'm going to vlog every day of Carrie's first. That's a great video series. Carrie's first trip to Disney World. And we're going to go to every park and not all in 1 week probably, but just random Wednesdays. We're going to go and we're going to vlog his reactions to all the rides. It's going to be great. No one will watch it, but I'll have fun doing it. Will Dawn go?
Especially Disneyland, because as much as it kind of sucked, I still kind of in Disney World. Whatever it is, who cares? Disney World. As much as it kind of sucked not to go in when we went and visited, it was still kind of exciting just to be around it. Like I got a tour of the Animal Kingdom Lodge. That was pretty cool. We found out all the places you could go for free, which is not a lot, and they're not great.
It's a few,
but there are.
Would Dawn go though? Would Dawn go?
Oh, Dawn will go. Dawn won't go. The cool thing, Dawn's going to get a season pass. The great thing about this, I mean, she might not go every time if you end up going as much as you go, but she'll go a lot. And the cool thing about having a season pass is it takes all the if we go once and we know it's the only time we're going, maybe ever. Then she might feel pressure to and we might be like, go on this ride. It's awesome. She's going to feel no pressure. So if she wants to go on, she'll go on. She loves water rides.
Well, and I'm at that stage.
So any water ride she'll go on, like hardcore water ride she'll go on. She just hates roller coasters.
I'm at that stage now where I've been on everything and to everything that I don't need to ride anything on any given day. Sometimes I'm just going for the vibes, for vibing. But if there's a low line, I'll hop on something. So right now, Food and Wine Festival is going on. Love Food and Wine Festival. It's over at Epcot, and you walk around all the different countries, and they all have little booths with different foods, and they're pretty affordable, and they're small, so you can eat several. So it's you go to the Germany booth, and they have a new bratwurst to try. You go to the Italy booth, and it's got a new lasagna to try. You know what I mean? That's pretty fun. And they have a concert series. I sent you some of the concerts that are coming up, right? 98 Degrees. You might be here for that one.
Did you send it? I don't remember that you sent it that.
If you're in Epcot, you just go watch 98 Degrees when they're there. They just had yellow
part of our tickets.
There. Yeah.
Did they really have yellow card? See, I would have went to that,
did.
Dude. Did you like yellow card?
Yeah, I like some of their songs. I couldn't name 4 songs, but I bet if I heard 4 songs, I'd be like, yeah, I've heard them all.
See, you got to remember, I went to Yellow Card at the University of Utah in 2006 when they were not a nostalgia band. They were the hottest thing out there at that moment. So I love Yellow Card.
Other than me. But no, they had Yellow Card.
But you were in a different state, and we didn't know who you were.
Yeah. And Yellow Card, it got their biggest crowd ever. So I think that means they're going to bring some more of the old punk bands because they got such a crowd. So,
dude,
but yeah, it'll be fun.
They're not just bringing out Joey Fatone every show again.
Well, they had 98 Degrees there. I went and saw that. It was not great. They're older.
Well, I mean, you went more for older. Tina than anything.
And she didn't even come because one of the kids was sick. Oh, Elijah was sick, and she didn't get to come.
So you just went to the Tina concert by yourself.
It was like a solidarity thing. It was out of solidarity.
Were you just filming it for her?
I did a live on my channel. Which, by the way, guys, Wandering with Dave.
Is that what it's called now? Is it called Wandering with Dave?
It's now called Wandering with Dave, not Dave's Destinations. I changed
Why
it again.
did you change it? Is it about theme parks?
Cooking
Not
with
in the
Dave?
theme parks anymore?
Well,
So it's not you can wander anywhere now.
Exactly. Well, so I can destinate anywhere too. Or destinations. Yeah. No, it was just Cooking with Dave, Wandering with Dave. There may or may not be a channel called Eating with Dave. So, I've got a lot going on.
Sex
maybe
therapy
I should change.
with Dave.
Maybe I should change my picking channel to Picking with Dave. Flipping with Dave.
Why not?
Why not? All in. Just forget ADH Dave. I'm done with him. Well, one reason why not is because, I don't know. I don't know why not. Why not, Carrie?
No, think about it. Like, think about your flipping channel and your picking channel. Who cares? Just do it. Like, I mean, it's not going to hurt your channel. I don't think it would hurt anything, would it? And it would brand.
I think I had such a fear of name changing for the longest time, like Philly Flipper has, and it doesn't really matter. Just change your name. It's whatever. Just do it. If you want to do it, just do it.
Yeah. There's nothing more liberating. There's nothing more liberating than having a successful new channel. So you don't feel I don't see how any way in any world it would really how it would affect your channel it might be a bump for a very short time, maybe, and that's debatable.
I think mine affected my channel for like a month, but the thing is, if you type in for like 3 months,
you also weren't talking about flipping in your channel too. Like it was just like ADH Dave had nothing to, I guess it's picks and flips.
But for like 3 months after I did the name change, you could still type in NC Picker or NC Flipper, and those pages would come up just with the new names. ADH Dave.
I think there is a person called Flipping with Dave, by the way. I think there is.
Oh, is there? I probably won't actually change it. But I'm just saying, like, if someone was out there, like, losing sleep trying to decide, I'd say just go for it. Philly Flipper, I'm looking at you.
Fishing and flipping with... Here's the first thing. 8 subscribers. Fishing and flipping with Dave around the corner.
About to be 9
subscribers.
About to be 9
Somebody go sub. I just subbed. I didn't sub. I don't know if it's good.
So what do you? So tonight you got to do some motivation. What else are you doing tonight?
Yes. Probably gonna list some more cards. I'm trying to list cards every day.
$20 and up still.
Well, I mean, with the cards on Whatnot, they go for whatever they go for. But I've been doing good.
You're
I'm trying to do
Whatnot.
Yeah, but I did a lot of cards into tonight, and a lot of them did well. Like, I mean, an $80 card, a $50 card, I believe. So I'm selling. I'm finding out like the more chances I take on Whatnot, almost every card that is like high value has done better than even what it goes for on eBay so far for me, which is kind of insane. I don't know. But didn't you say
okay? So you use that scanner, Card Scanner Pro or whatever.
Yeah.
Can you use that with Whatnot?
You could theoretically. I don't need to for this. Pro. I don't think it. What I'm going to use Card Dealer Pro in the future is it's connected to their app called Collects, and I've had some good, which is a whole nother place to sell cards. I'm going to dabble with that. We're going to still do eBay, but I'm going to kind of pausing cards with eBay until we get to Florida because I don't want to have like a bulk of inventory listed.
Florida.
Florida. Dude, by the way, how is he? He's got those apple bottom jeans.
He's doing good. Yeah, he lives next door.
Remember how he had the boots with the fur?
You're about to live in the same town as Vanilla Ice. Just saying.
Dude,
just saying.
It's me, you, and Vanilla Ice.
That. Yeah.
That's going to be pretty cool.
The 3 of us. We're going to take over the A1A Beach Street Avenue. I'll see him
we got to get steps. We got to get steps in our hair like the guy. Remember steps back in the day?
What are steps?
You don't know what steps are, dude? It's like the lines in your hair that they used to do on the side. When I was in high school, do you remember Alien Ant Farm? Do you remember that band? You okay? Yeah. So the dude, he had like a buzz cut, but he had like one line in the middle of his head. If you remember that, that's a step. And I did as soon as he did that, I had that. I had a time where I had 3 on the side. I had a time where I had them on the side. I used to love buzz in my head and just
sounds like a real nerd.
That was my thing.
You sound like a real nerd.
Well, I was cool, and I was a basketball player, obviously, being 5'9".
Obv is what the kids say now. Obv. And then for embarrassing. Obvi and and then
I feel like they're getting lazy.
And cap and no cap. Yeah, they're just bums. They're just bums when it comes to words. They don't even know how to word properly.
That is true.
All right, let's end the show. I'm trying to see if I can find the end button. How long did we go? I can't see the thing still.
Like almost 2.5 hours.
Everything we said was alleged.
Everything we said was alleged. Hairy tornado, don't you know you can do it? You know that you can. Oh, Harry, the tornadoes around us. It surrounds us, but you can do it. Harry, Harry tornado, don't you know you can do it? Don't you know that you can? When you're dreaming, don't forget to think of me. Please don't forget. What up, girl? I'm rich now. I'm rich now. I don't know that numbers could go that high. It's our lucky day. We're going to Florida, Don. You're going to be able to go get Folk Manus, which Kevin taught you about, and I'm glad he did because you're finding a lot of them. You're going to find Jellycat plushes. You're going to find MCM stuff, way better than Dave. Dave's a bit of a poser, and I'm just going to spend a lot of time with my cards. Sorry I burped, but I'm rich now, so it should be cool. Anyway, you know you can do it, girl. Girl, you know you can do it, and you should. You should. You should be the best thrifter, flipper, reseller in the world because you can. You can do it. Hey, Jim Flippers, how you doing, man? You made my motivational video really easy today, dude. Check this out, everybody. Bro.
I'll take this purse right here.
This is upside down, man. I don't think it's supposed to be that way. Also, man, the Goodwill? Really? I'm spoiled here on the West Coast while I'm here with the DI and everything. I know on the East Coast it's like the Goodwill or you know, no other place. I mean, the Goodwill and, you know, Wacko's. You can pick up a quick lunch at Wacko's, and that's about it if you're on the East Coast. But you're doing good, man. Keep it up. Your videos are pretty decent, man. Except for the inverted thing. I would, you know, my motivation for you is to flip that frown upside down, buddy. Excuse me? Hello? Hello, Jared? Jared-eyed? J-R-I-D? Reflips? Is that right? Hi, how are you? Thank you for opening the door. We really do appreciate that. Do you have a moment for a quick message? My name is Carrie. I used to live here in northern Utah, where you are now residing, and I have a quick message about thrift stores and how they can help you. See, I've seen that you've been at maybe one of the easiest thrift stores in all the world, St. George Thrift Store. Just copious amounts of stuff, no competition. You're in northern Utah now, dude. It's gonna get tough. There, every thrift store, thousands of people at all times. And it's, you know, in all different thrift stores. So you're gonna have to get there, like I did, super early. You have to wait in line. You're gonna have to make sure that you branch out from broken glasses, TP holders, whatever you've been doing. You got to get into new stuff. You got to get into $1.50 baseball cards, because that was a niche that surprisingly very little people were interested in, and I don't understand it. It's very lucrative if you don't think about the money part of it. You're also going to notice these pointy land-shapey things. Those are mountains, not mountains with a T, just mountains. You're going to want to say mountains, or you're just not going to fit in up there. We do wish you the best of luck, and if you have any questions, don't forget not to ask. I know you're scared. It's dark. It feels like you're trapped in there. But I want you to know that Dave hasn't forgotten about you, okay? Dave will always remember the moment where he had an emergency poop on a train with no toilet paper and used you, Dave's soiled undies, to fix the problem. And did he really fix any problem? I feel like he created a bigger problem. The fact that he has to think every day about you being stuck behind that mirror, alone, scared, and wondering what happened to Pooh-Paw, so to speak. Dave Soiled Undies, I would say you can do this, but you're going to need Dave's help. Dave needs to find you. Dave needs to come back and get you. And everything's going to be okay. And if you want to get into eBay, it's not a good time. It's a terrible time. eBay is just going down the toilet, unlike you. Hello. I don't know if anybody's going to hear this, but listen, before the Snorlax gets us, before just everything starts going crazy, I have a message from the Resistance. First off, me and our leader, paulsmerch.com, we are doing the best. I mean, I am mostly making things hard, but Paul's Merch and the copious amount of goods that he has available at all times, even in the worst times, even when we have to resist the overseer, as we call him, the common one, as we call him, even in these perilous times, he has the finest selection of things that anybody could ever have. And it's a little strange, honestly, but he probably should be focusing on this right now. But, here we are. But Paul's Merch just wanted me to make this message that he wants you all to know that he knows he's doing good. And really, we need to focus on what's going on here, because the Snorlax is within feet of us now, but he wants us to focus on this message.
This is insane. Like, I can't even.
Look at this.
All right, so I'm thinking that most are between 82 and 87. I saw a couple 90s in there. I even saw like one 2002 or something, but most of them are early to mid 80s. I think I saw an 82 and 83 and 84 and 87. Hong Kong, China, different designs, the velvety looking ones. There's all kinds of different stuff in there. So I'm trying to decide, we're into these for $50 for this entire tub. I know I could just sell the tub off and make a quick couple $100. Or I could go through and part them out into bigger lots and make a little bit more. Or we could sell them off individually, pull out the best ones, the ones that are worth $20 or so, and sell them like that, and then lot the rest together. I think there's going to be a lot that look kind of like that one right there, that 1982 birth flower, $750 plus shipping, that kind of stuff. I think we're going to find a bunch of that. But the condition's not great, then you got to comb the hair and you got to find the right accessories and all that. I don't know if it's going to be worth our time. Minty Earth Pony Clovers. That's an interesting one, but you can see the design. So I think the best option is going to be to sell them off to some resellers out there. I think that's what we'll do, but maybe we'll see. If you find anything in there that you think is interesting, that you think we should maybe sell off separately, I know we have that Shamrock one right there. I saw that. $21.97 is a great price, but at what cost? At what opportunity cost? So we will see. I know there's money in it. I think maybe a quick flip of a couple $100, or maybe a little bit longer flip. I think we can make $500 to $600 if we really stretched it out. But anyway, there are quite a few accessories as well. So, all right, take a look and let me know what you think. All right, so first off, Blue Ridge Mama here doesn't want to give any of this stuff away.
I do too. This is just
reliving your childhood
of
here?
my childhood.
All right, well, let's start with these plushes here. So I had a hard time looking. If you can see, can you find a tag on there?
This one doesn't have.
That one doesn't have one. See, some of them don't have dates. Some of them are 84, which I think is G. Like, that doesn't have a date.
That doesn't have a date. No.
Or did it have it on that side?
No, it doesn't have a date.
No date on that one. And so some don't have dates at all. And obviously they're not in great shape. Some of them aren't, like that one. These are the, what do they call these things? Softies. Is there a date on that one? No date on that one. And I think there's no tag on this one at all. That's the pink, I don't know what those are. Pegasus, unicorns, I don't know. Y'all got to help us out here.
This one has 1984.
1984. A little mark right there. I'm umbrellas on it.
Also 1984.
1984. So from best I could tell, these are probably worth around $10 plus shipping. There may be some worth more, maybe some worth less. So let me know if I'm wrong.
I never had one of these, Granny. I did have the Dream Castle though. So can't complain.
Nice.
1986.
86 and got some writing on it.
Neon vibes though. I like that.
It's like Raleigh Roots. What do you got there?
No date again.
No date. Okay. Stars. So tell me if I'm wrong. Thinking around $10 plus shipping on these.
84.
Some maybe less, some maybe more. 84?
84.
Huh, that's in pretty good shape too. I bet that's got a little value.
I like that one.
Okay, 1984. Oh my gosh.
This is insane. Like, I
All right,
can't
so
even.
look at this thing.
Little blanket sleeper.
Not in great shape, but
No.
definitely old for sure.
No tag on it.
Stocking cap.
It has like.
Does that have a date on it?
No, maybe.
Would be on the tag. No, it would be in the front probably. Well, there you go.
85.
85. 85.
That's so funny.
It says 84 right there, but that must be the copyright. And see, these are separated, so that's going to be a task, I think, if we end up selling.
To put a comb with each one.
To put the right comb with the right one, I'd imagine.
I don't think I'd worry about that.
Well, if it's an expensive one, we might need to. Little shamrock, what are you finding on there? That says 1982.
82.
82.
That's as old as me.
Okay, maybe that's... I didn't know 82s.
Shamrock.
So I'm sure some of y'all are shouting at me out there. I should know that. 82, that's the youngest one I've seen. Or
Thanks,
oldest one, I should say. That's as old as you.
83.
83. Oh,
She's
that's
a
a
little
good one.
sticky. These are my favorite. Look at that. We have this is messed up. We actually have a nicer one of these upstairs that I got in a bag in Goodwill at one time. 85.
Okay.
Someone had a little haircut here too. Yeah, those were pretty popular. I had
That
one
is
like that.
87
See,
China.
that's about more.
Yeah.
84.
84.
China.
All right, if y'all know anything, or if you know somebody who does, send them a link to this channel.
This is newer.
Tell them to help
91.
us out.
I had these.
87. What's that?
These were newer. 94. This is 87.
94. Wow. All right, Hong Kong, 1982. 1982. It's in rough shape.
83.
I'll put those over there. 83. Matter of fact, baby, there's a little tub on the other side of there. If you find 82s and 83s, put them in that little white tub. Just so I can maybe look them up. And I don't know, there may be some worth more money that aren't G1 or G2, but...
Has this got to be? Is that the same one you had?
Yep, it's the second one.
Yeah.
There's two of them.
82 Shamrock.
Alright. It's an 83
I don't know.
right
See,
here.
These were...
It's an 83.
Okay. She's cute. All the velour ones, which I can remember, I can't because there's nothing on them.
87.
So does anybody remember the year of the
Yeah, how do we tell these
velour?
things?
Because I don't know.
Velour.
Or velvet.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
Alright, we're gonna run out of space on this table. What do we got here? 87. Some writing on it.
85.
And if you haven't seen this
Ooh, she
video,
has Superman.
the yard sale video, I paid $50 for this whole tub. We were doing like I think 2 for $1 and 3 for $1 for the small ones, and we just got to like halfway point and we were at $25, and I said, how about 50 for the whole thing? So go back and watch that video if you would. And the guy said, and the mom said that the kids had come back and taken everything that they wanted, and this is what was left. I can't even imagine what they took.
83.
What is that thing?
A sparkle one. I think that's probably later. 85.
I'm gonna have to start putting some in this tub because we're running out of space on the table. What are these little ones called? Anybody out there know what these little ones are? It's a
My little
1987 My Little Pony.
84.
Teenies. 84. Huh.
82
I wonder if they
again.
had small ones before that. Would you mind throwing that one in there too? This one looks like a 83, yeah? I don't know if there's different shapes. I just feel like that one. I felt that one was like the other ones.
What one?
83. All right, there's a 90. Look at these little things. That doesn't even look like the rest of them at all. Is that fake?
No. Yeah,
It's a fake My Little Pony. Yeah, that's fake. Alright, I don't know what that is, and that says... It says 83. 83 China.
Look.
That looks fake too.
84.
It is
Yeah, that looks like something different.
Buddy L. 1990 Buddy L.
See, I think these were just the newer ones. This one.
87.
Because it's 98.
98.
They're just like the ugly.
That looks like it's
Trying
fake.
to do a remake. Ooh, look at this thing. It's got eyes. Oh,
I don't know what that is.
this one has eyes that open and close. I never seen that.
Where am I? Is there a date on it?
That's creepy.
Is it My Little Pony?
It's 86 and
86.
Hasbro.
That looks like it is. Something's in this.
Somebody probably, a tail is out.
Oh,
Says something's
tail's
in
inside of it. Yeah. What's the date?
82.
82.
I don't think it's its tail inside of it, babe.
This feels like an old one too. 1983. There you go.
85, but she fancy. I like that one.
You like it, huh? There's a Care Bear up there, y'all. You have to stick around. In the coming days, we have a Care Bear lot and a Fraggle Rock lot. And we have, what else do we have?
I don't know. I wish you would
My
find
Pet
some
Monster.
pound puppies. I love some
Popples.
pound.
We've already pulled Popples out. There's
See,
an 84.
These 90s, they start getting ugly. That's just... Ponies don't wear no lipstick. What is this?
Man, there's an 84.
Oh, look. Here you go.
Hasbro.
This was like a dog, like,
Wait a minute.
version.
Really? Look
Yeah.
at that. My Little Doggy, huh?
I don't remember what they were. 87. But yeah.
87.
Tried some different animals there.
Things need
83.
cleaned.
83.
Let me see the symbol on it.
Sunshine.
Sunshine. Now, if you've been watching our other channel, you'll know why we're not putting this one on there. This would be a whole episode in itself, and some people wouldn't want to watch it, but this stuff intrigues me. I'd love to learn more, so if you can help us out, I'd appreciate it. That's an 84. 86.
So that's another with the eyeballs. I don't remember those at all. Kind of creepy.
You got a lot of work in front of you this one.
I can see that. Oh, look, there's
it's
a
worth the money.
seahorse. You have to show Reagan that. Reagan's obsessed with seahorses. That is creepy.
Alright, here's an 89. 89.
84. Ice cream cones.
84.
A duck.
You're finding all the weird ones. I didn't even notice these when I was buying them. I was literally just throwing them in the
82.
bucket. 80,
Raindrop.
82. Raindrops, okay. 84.
84. Cherry.
84 cherry.
She's cute.
82. 82. Can't read that one. Can you read that? I'm getting old, baby.
90. You can tell by their faces, too.
There's another fake one.
Mm-hmm. The glitter ones are like late 80s.
Does that say 83 on it?
Yep. It's so cute. Oh, I like that one. But see, this 87 is when I was
Right.
rocking them. Yeah.
When you were rocking them.
I mean, that was amazing times.
1990.
85.
Look at this thing.
Yeah, she's awesome. 85. I mean,
85.
Yep.
There you go.
They are. I do not remember. Yeah, I'm interested with these because they have an older face. This is
I don't
definitely
know. I think it
90s.
got ripped off. I was paying for these fake ones here. I'm just teasing. A bunch of Buddy L's, I guess they are. Hasbro.
Yeah, the buddy things are Hasbro. I don't know what they came from.
Alright, so it's like a plush. Is that My Little Pony?
No,
it's not.
Looks like something out of McDonald's Happy Meal.
That doesn't seem right either right here. Well, it is. 90. So maybe we lock these up by years. We'll pick the best ones out and then lock the rest up by years. I don't know. Y'all let us know out there what you think. Is that My Little Pony?
This is rough.
1991 Hasbro.
83.
I don't know what that is. 83? Let me see it. Okay. What is this thing? Is it missing wings?
It looks like you could probably stick and interchange the wings.
86.
86 or 86.
89.
Ooh, this is a really late one, 2002. So, Jacobs.
Yeah, that got in there. I know they had 2 daughters, so you can tell the different eras for sure.
She's amazing.
What's the year on that one?
87.
It's awesome.
Reagan has some upstairs too that have
89.
magnets in
I
the
think
feet.
I said 83 on one of these small ones earlier, and there's just no way. They're all later. So I think I made a mistake there. Look at that thing.
Well, I like finding out if you
I
made
don't know
a
what that
mistake.
says,
So
but
let's
that's
see.
much later.
Yeah, it says 89.
Yep.
Babe.
Yep.
You made a mistake.
I made a mistake. What do you know? They already knew.
I
it, though.
just thought we should point that out. Again.
87. Look at that one.
Yeah, this is a fake too, babe.
You know, your buddy Valerie's going to have to watch this. I'm sure Eva will
Yep.
tell her all about it.
Oh, who did this? Look at this awful haircut on this beauty. Oh, that's
Cut the
terrible.
hair, huh?
It was a jewel-eyed. What did they do?
1987.
No, I was saying Reagan has some upstairs that are early 80s that we got
Right.
from Goodwill, and they
Goodwill.
have magnets in their feet.
Oh,
You
that's
can
right.
stick them on the wall.
That one looks a little rough. It's another
84.
velour one.
Oof. I think it's velvet. I think velvet.
All right, look at this one. This one looks old.
Oh, I don't think it's as old as you think. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm wrong. 82.
82. There you go.
She has some.
You're never wrong, baby. You're never wrong.
Yeah.
What's that say? Can't read it. 86. Huh. Uh-oh. Are we going to find gold on this thing? I got to get my magnet and my
This
Jeweler's
one's pretty.
loop.
I'm 83.
That would be
She
funny.
just needs wiped off.
Brandon, are you out there